Indeed. So welcome to another exciting installment of the Terrorisk podcast.
Unrelated.
I want to make some announcements before I start this episode. I just want to say, or I want to remind you folks that every Wednesday, if you want to talk some shit on a live stream, I stream gaming. And
that's spelled Gayyming.
Yeah. And I stream with Vince. Some of you might know Vince, so we do that. And also for future reference, we're at like 180 something subscribers. Once we get to 200, we'll start live streaming these episodes just so you could talk some further shit.
Anything goes.
And also,
someone corrected me in the comments of one of our videos. I was like, motherfucker. I was like, he's right though.
Yeah, about the
because I was like, you already liked it, so it's fine. You acknowledged it.
Well, in future reference, also, Chris and I plan to play some baseball video games live on stream while we talk some shit on the mic, because I want to learn more about baseball. And what better way is there to learn than to play? Like, could you just imagine it? You know, like the game playing on the screen. We'll record it. We got the camera pointing at us, and I'll be like, "Yo, my Cubs are gonna beat your Diamondbacks."
Those are two teams.
And you're gonna be like, "Well, it's not my favorite team."
I like the Diamondbacks. Cubs, I don't know about. But see, I like to pitch. That's what I'll teach you. How to pitch properly. Like I can't actually like pitch and throw. I know how to hold the ball, but I can't aim it.
Pitch like the best of the best, like a Japanese man.
It's just Shohei Ohtani.
But yeah, we'll so all you got to do is just give me the sense of baseball passion, and then I in turn will learn how to monetize it somehow by like quantizing everything,
just like Major League Baseball,
and then we can make like some serious dough. You know, it's one thing if one mind is like betting, but if like two minds can work at it and bounce off of each other, it's like, yo, we should take this bet, and you're like, no, and I'm like, yes, and then we discover in that debate a better bet, and then we make mad money. Like that's what's supposed to happen.
Wrong about that.
You don't want to make money gambling on baseball? You love baseball.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you get paid for your love for baseball?
That's not how things work for me. If I bet on something I love, I will lose.
So you only bet on things you don't love and you win?
I don't always win, but I don't get mad when I lose. I know so much about baseball that like when I lose, it's just like, what the fuck? That shouldn't happen.
Oh, really?
It's bullshit. Yeah, because I understand what I was betting. Like fucking, I did like 2 years ago. It was probably the last time I bet on baseball, and I bet it had a silly like 6-leg parlay, and I bet on a Yankee game because I wouldn't get mad if they won or lost. But I bet that they would finish the game 7 runs over than the other. They would score 7 runs more than the other team, and that 3 players on the Yankees would hit a home run. 2 were unlikely, and then 1 was Aaron Judge, who happened
to
break.
This is a guaranteed.
Yeah, like he almost broke the single season home run record.
I know he's gonna get this.
Yeah, I'm like, well, this is the lock. It's Aaron Judge. I hope everything else falls into place. Everything else fell into place except for Aaron fucking Judge. I'm like the one. I'm like
your main squeeze in that bet, in that play.
That's why I hate betting on baseball, because it's always, I'm like, oh, that's
you know
the thing.
What your problem was? Your problem was you bet on a team you actually give a fuck about. I
bet on the Yankees. I don't give a fuck about them. That's why I wouldn't bet on the team I like.
You still gave a fuck about because you're.
Well, no, I gave a fuck because I'm like, it should have worked.
I'm saying, like, what if you were you could make just as much money betting on the Yankees as you could betting on, say, fucking, I don't know, the Athletics. You know,
I could probably make money if someone else bet the money and then asked me what they should do with it.
No. I'm saying it's like, that's exactly that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like,
because I could tell you like
someone else could make money betting on the Yankees if you told them what to do. Meanwhile, you could make money betting on the A's if they told you what to do.
There's a difference too in like if I'm watching, if I've seen somebody play lately, I'll be like,
because you're biased.
I like, no, but I'll be like, yo, like I've seen him play. Like he's just been unlucky. I feel like he's got a good swing. He'll
also break out of it tonight. Like once you repeat, it's like same thing with music production. It's like I'll listen to the same track 100 times and I think, oh, finally I got it to sound great, and the next morning it sounds like shit. It's the same thing. Like you watch enough stats of the same team enough, eventually you start like hallucinating stats, and then you're like, oh no, this is a for sure thing. But meanwhile, like any idiot who follows a different team will be like, nah, dude, like, do you not see this? And they'd be right.
And that's the problem with stats in baseball, is that there's a stat for everything. There's a stat that can make a guy look fucking great, and there's stats that make him look like he's worthless. And like the difference is watching them play. So like when I hear about guys that are like, it's like, oh, he's got a great on base percentage. He walks a lot.
Well, that's not.
So I'm like, but like when I see him playing,
you can't figure that out from watching them play. You got to figure that out from watching their spreadsheet. If you watch them,
no,
play,
you don't have to figure out from watching them.
If you watch them play, that's how you get distracted because you get distracted by the spread. But if you watch the stats,
I disagree.
Because isn't it the other way around? Like, don't the stats betray? Like, no, I mean, doesn't the spectacle betray the actual stats?
The stats betray it.
Because that's how Moneyball happened. Moneyball happened. Because
and it's ruined baseball to an extent.
Well, I'm not saying like you're wrong about that. I do think it ruined baseball, but I do think that it is a meta. Like, you know, like
sure, no, it absolutely is. And like there's truth to it, of course. Like it makes sense, but it's hurting baseball because it's gotten to the point where it affects the way players play, and it's turned into because of that. It's turned to like it's much less exciting sport. Like. Statistically, it's much better.
Personally, I think it's more exciting this way because it's like now it's like you got rid of all like like the Americana of baseball. Now it's like pure mathematics. Now it's like pure physics. Like
it went full autistic.
Yeah, exactly.
But like it's like fucking like in like the 80s and like the 90s like
chess guys isn't fun anymore. Nobody nobody plays chess for fun.
Hey man, when I found out about the Queen's Gambit, I was like, oh shit, something new.
Well, cause she's hot. It's like
they were like, no,
it's some asshole dude writing about a female character.
No. In chess.
Yeah, Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, when you jump you can move the queen. I didn't know that was a real thing until like a few years ago.
I didn't know
I didn't know you could do that until a few years ago.
Dude, I remember when I first learned you could do castle. Castle was a thing. I was like in intermediate school. I was like, what are you doing? Like, oh, this is called a castle move. You could swap your king with your rook.
And then you punch him in the eye, and you're like, "Fuck you, you liar."
Yeah, no, that was a good move. I like that show, that run. But yeah, when you get to the high enough level of this is why chess still has value. People think, oh, like chess is worthless. Like you spent 8 hours on a chess match and you didn't get anything really done. But the truth is, like, it's not that chess itself is valuable. It's that you do anything else that you could think of as valuable, and it eventually turns into chess. Like sword fighting, two guys who are sword fighting, who are at a high enough level, eventually turns into a fucking chess match.
Well, yeah, that's to me that's what the draw is of baseball. Is that like it
turns into a chess match.
Essentially, yes, it's one-on-one. It's what's he gonna throw? What am I gonna throw to him to keep him off balance? Like
you're a coach for the NBA. Like eventually that turns into a chess match. It's like who are you going to play on starting, and then who are you going to play on?
How am I going to outsmart them? Like they know who plays this. They know your stats. They're best defenders on these guys. How do I move everyone around the right way where I can make sure they get tired, they get out of the game, and I keep my best guys in. Keep them fresh.
Then meanwhile they could anticipate that, and then they're planning against that too. So yeah.
But with baseball though, it's got to the point where like it betrays like the spectacle of it. Like so like back in like the 80s and 90s, like if you struck out more than like 80 times a year, like you were shitty. Like you're not fun to watch. You strike out 80 times, that's nothing. You produce nothing. But guys, like you always talked about the ball in play. Like yeah, that could lead to a ground out, it could lead to a double play, but like you still put the ball in play, and like that's that unknown. As long as you hit the ball, like something
bunted even.
Yeah, like it's making contact on the ball. Like yeah, statistically, like you might make it out, but you never know. It'd be more productive than striking out. But the mentality is now that you swing you wait for your pitch. You keep in your head like I know where I know where I want the pitch. I'm gonna wait for him to throw a fastball outside the plate because that's my sweet zone. So like you're basically standing there and like you could draw a walk. Like you could just wait for your pitch, not get your pitch because maybe he's scared or he's wild, and you get on base. That's good. But if you're just over eager and like you think your pitch is coming, you swing with everything you have, which causes strikeouts all the time. And a strikeout is just it's the worst, most boring.
Do we not have like freaks anymore, like Musashis of baseball, where it's like you see like a wide pitch hitter, but then suddenly like they switch it up and they knew that a curveball was coming. They hit it perfectly.
Yeah, no one's like that anymore.
No one's like that.
Like players used to. Like if you got two
geniuses,
if you got two strikes on you, like even Barry Bonds, you had two strikes on him, he would choke up on the bat. That's bringing your hands up a little bit.
Because he could adjust, and he's like, I know.
Bring your hands up a little bit more. This way, you have a little better control, and like you can get in there quicker. So even if like you're not getting the pitch you want, it's going to move. You have more time to react. And you can still hit it and do something with it. Almost no one does that anymore.
But that's everything. That mentality. That is real. Well, that's the real mentality of competition. For example, like you look at like a battlefield, like
but I'm saying that is competition, not going well statistically. he throws his curveball 40% of the time.
You adapt.
Right. So like it's good to have stats to keep those things in mind.
You better
but like,
adapt.
Exactly.
That's more valuable.
Yeah.
Like
because there's always that percentage of error. Like
if you're like in a battleship engagement, like where there's like ships everywhere. And then like you shoot at them and they dodge starboard. You shoot at them again, they dodge starboard. It's like, all right, now that I know where they're going after those 2 pitches, it's like, okay, shoot there and then shoot there and then because you know where they're gonna go.
Yeah.
So you exploit that. It's the same thing. It's the same mentality. Sword fights are the same thing. Like
yeah, exactly. Like and that's always like the hardest thing in those one-on-one matches is closing it out. Like,
but you get limits. Like 3 strikes is perfect because really in any engagement, like you really only get 3 chances. You know.
And yeah, like that's my mentality when I'm like hitting in those games because I was never a good hitter.
3 strikes, yeah. You're like,
but like it just maybe I'll take the first pitch, see where he's trying to pitch to me, and like then maybe he gets a strike in there. It's like all right, well, I like maybe he's gonna throw a ball now. Let me see. Like if it starts up here, I know he's gonna keep going high like the last pitch. Like it's you're constantly thinking about like he did this. What's he gonna do next? He would probably do this. It's what I would do. And that's how I think of it.
You know what I think is gonna get mad big, bro? Like esports. Like
yeah,
I'm not talking about like
big,
I'm not talking about like fucking League of Legends or like or Counter-Strike. I'm talking about like maybe like sports video games will get bigger than
yeah, when you crazy, FIFA is huge. FIFA and FIFA like across the world people like play that game like it's a huge esport.
What's your favorite sports game besides baseball? I personally I love hockey.
I do like hockey games, but like
those NHL games, like they're fucking sick.
Yeah,
because like of course you have to have a fight in every match because that's hockey,
why I do love hockey because it's just like they're the only sport left where it's just like they let you fucking fight some shit out for a minute or 2.
Actually, that's my least.
It's part of the game.
Honestly, my least favorite part about hockey is the fighting because it's not real fighting because they're on skates. You can't really throw a real punch when you're on skates. You can never really.
Well, but I'm still you can see when a guy's mad at somebody when he purposely fucking runs. Like they fucking push guys into the fucking wall. They will run with all their speed, fucking elbow him, push him into that fucking plexiglass. And then if they want to fight, they take their gloves off, and the fucking ref stands back
that's what I'm
and
saying.
gives them a minute.
Even if they take their gloves off, I'm saying you can't.
Yeah, you can't generate a bunch of power.
Now there is one exception. Now you could tell, like I've watched hockey fights, and the ones where I know the guy was trying to hurt the dude is when he's throwing uppercuts.
Yeah,
because that's the one effective punch.
Yeah,
that's the only punch when you're on skates.
You just
because you could just go up. Yeah, you know, like you could push against the ground.
But that's why whenever they do fight, they're always right in front of each other because they can't do anything else.
They can't the best they could do is grab on the jersey.
Yeah,
and use that as leverage. But that's all they got.
Or if you're a real sick fuck, take your skate off.
No, the sick fucks that I've seen fighting hockey were the ones that would they would grab the back of your jersey, flip it over your head, and then they would just wail you from the bottom, like uppercuts on the face while your head was down. That's a sick fuck.
Hockey is my favorite sport to watch live, honestly.
I mean, that's how you fuck someone up because if you on skates, if you take their jersey, you blind them, they put their head down, and you could knee them, you could do whatever you want.
Yeah. You ever been ice skating and someone just pushes you? It's like Jesus Christ, I've got nothing.
Dude, the hockey players are intense.
Oh, that's what I mean. I think it's the most fun sport to watch live. It's constant action back and forth. It's very physical.
Yeah, I grew an appreciation for hockey when I was 15. The girl who took my virginity, she was she was an Irish girl, but she was her whole family was super Canadian as they were into hockey and shit. Brie.
Oh yeah. I remember her.
She was into hockey as fuck.
Really?
Her whole family was into hockey. The brother played hockey. That's why I was scared of the brother. She was yeah, he's retarded. He's huge and he loves hockey. I was what? Does he know I'm fucking you? And she's no, and you better not find out. I was all right.
I've been told that by a girl. I'm friends with her brother, and I'm I feel weird. Him finding out. She's he's a fucking pussy. Who cares? And I'm who's my friend?
Yeah, hockey players. Crazy.
She's you'd fuck me in front of him. You can do anything. I'm that's really weird.
Yeah, I think if you play baseball, your best bet in terms of martial arts is not wrestling, but more boxing. I think a baseball player makes a good boxer.
But it's most of it is mental. It's
posture. It's how much
how you carry yourself, so the movie that every baseball player says is the most accurate baseball movie is Bull Durham, and part of it is when Kevin Costner's character comes up to the plate, he's talking to himself the whole time, and all batters do that. They all just talk to themselves, all right, what's
because you're
fuck me, I'm a fucking idiot, what the fuck, throw that shit again, you bitch, yeah.
Well, yeah,
like it's all your it's all like
because no one's there, and you know, like
it's
everyone's
just you.
looking at you.
It's you in the picture. Yeah. I heard someone tell a joke where they were like, baseball's like it's such an American sport where it embodies like it because it's a one-on-one thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's you and me like right now, and then like they say bocce ball like really embodies Italy because it's not about how good you could be. It's about how the winning the game is how much better you are.
Mental
at fucking,
fortitude.
No, it's how much better you are at fucking over the other person.
Psychological warfare.
No.
So it was you know Moneyball, like how Chris Pratt was in Moneyball. Apparently, like he reported that the director who directed Moneyball,
I forget,
some big director.
Yeah, a big studio movie.
And he called Chris Pratt a bitch during filming. So there's this one scene while like Chris Pratt was like running drills and he was like talking to himself, and like the fake voiceover was like, "Why you gotta call me a bitch, man? It's like you shouldn't call me a bitch." It's like, you know how like in baseball games like there's a guy who does the fake voiceover. He's like making up fake voiceovers. Like it was the same thing.
Like, do you ever
like you see Chris Pratt and he's like, "Why you gotta call me a bitch, man?" It's like, come on, shit.
Are you fucking looking at me? What the fuck's he looking at me for?
Because apparently Chris Pratt was doing a bad job playing a baseball player. You know, like he was like,
yeah, but that was intentional. Also, like he was
because he was injured. Yeah.
No, yeah, he was learning first base.
Yeah.
And I despise that scene because ever since Moneyball, there's this whole idea where like, oh, like first base is super easy, no one can play it. And then that's how they don't sign guys who are like power hitters that aren't great at first base. Like, oh, well, just you're not good at first base. First base isn't. It's like when you say everyone can play first base, and then you say this guy's not good at first base.
isn't that much more important than second base, third base, and fourth. And when you know, like
it's less. It's not as demanding as those other three positions. It's the least demanding position in the infield.
No, I don't mean to say first base is easy. I'm under the assumption where everyone's like first base is like hard as fuck.
It is hard.
Yeah,
you're most of the plays. You have to like.
Every double play goes through you.
Almost everything that happens goes through you at some point. Like, and it's about like maybe the ball's not hit to you, but you have to fucking make sure you position yourself the right way, and like make sure you fucking catch it. Or like if a guy's like he's throwing it and like it's going over you, like you better make sure like you do that right. Like it's not an easy position at all. A lot of pressure there.
Yeah,
I'd rather play third base than first base, only because like if I fuck up a play at third base, it's probably because it was a really hard play to make.
I think outfielders are very important.
They are important. It's just you have to. There's a huge difference in like when you watch somebody who's okay at a position, you watch someone who's fucking great at a position. You're like, oh wow, like I could see that. Like
he's like, yo, I know where that guy's gonna hit. he's like, yo, dude, I played with that guy before. I know where he's gonna fucking hit.
Like
he's the best outfielder. He's like 40 years old. He's like, he just goes a couple steps back. He just puts his arm up. He's like, pop. He's like, I knew it.
I was the fat kid in left field, but I fucking played back because I could run in on a ball and catch it. I couldn't go back though, so I played really deep. But like, yeah, it's just some people have like some freakish like sixth sense about it. That's why when people like watch and they complain about people.
Well, running back is the real skill of a fieldsman. Right?
Yeah, that's like, really hard. That's really hard.
That's the real job.
Yeah,
it's and to run back successfully, you can't track it with your.
You have to be able to tell like this is going to go over me.
And not only that, like they could probably like a real good fieldsman could probably hear the hit and be like, that's coming to me.
Yeah, they do.
They could probably
react like
First of all, they would look at the batter. They'd be like, is he a lefty or a righty?
Right.
And that'll determine if it's
also
like.
they have stat sheets with them.
Yeah.
So every time the batter comes up, they know where he's most likely going to hit a ball.
They know.
Right.
So he's like, I know, like if I could hear it right, I probably don't even have to look. I could just like, look straight ahead, and if I hear it, then I could just like.
But that's the thing. Like there's a certain crack in the bat where you're like, fuck, I have to watch that. Like it's gone.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's gone though, I think it's still worth trying to catch it, right?
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I'm not in the field. I mean, but no, it's They
I like when the guy tries to hit it and some fan like takes it out of their glove.
That's only happened a couple times, and it's the times when it has happened is in like really fucking serious situations. Fucking the Cubs lost a game they were going to win because of that, which would have broken their World Series curse early. Like
I could get someone shot. Like honestly.
I've watched documentaries about that. Like people fucking had death threats. He was like a kid. He was like, he was probably like 18, 19, whatever. And like he was like a little nerd. He was there by himself. He was like listening to the game on his Walkman. So he's listening to the game and he's like right there he's right there on like the line or whatever. And he just sees the ball and like he doesn't. I guess he didn't know what fucking inning it was. He didn't know what was going on. He just saw the ball come to him and he just reached over and like he fucked the whole play up. The left fielder like didn't curse at him, but he was just like fuck, like he was and like. he just sat like he was there for like another 10 minutes, and like Steve Bartman, I think his name was, and like he's like sitting there like this. People are fucking throwing shit at him and like cursing him out. Security had to get him to get out for his own like health. And people, he was lucky. He was lucky he was before social media, because he probably would have ended up killing himself.
Well, you also have like mobsters betting life-changing money on that shit, you know?
Yeah, well, not anymore. Now everyone's betting life-changing money on that shit.
People are still betting money on sports, though, like more than ever, if anything.
Yeah, because it's legal now. Yeah, I've always been like an advocate of letting betting happen, because like you're taking the CD element out of it at least, and like you could tax it then, like that's at least beneficial.
Yeah, but it's gonna gain this. It's gonna corrupt the sport no matter what.
But like so like Shohei Ohtani, like you heard like how 2 years ago his translator allegedly took money out of took like a few $100,000 out of his account and was betting the money illegally with bookies in California, and got caught. But he wrote checks. But all the checks the bookie got were in Shohei Ohtani's name, and Shohei Ohtani was like, "Well, it wasn't me." And his translator, who he was with all the time and did have access to his accounts, like admitted that it was him. But like, I don't believe it. I think it was Shohei Ohtani that was doing it. Because like, his translator's gonna go to jail for like a couple of years, and I bet you when he gets out, he's gonna not have to worry about another fucking thing for the rest of his life.
His translator, you mean?
His translator, yeah. Shohei Ohtani is also just a golden boy. Like, he can't do anything wrong in the eyes of baseball, because he drives the whole Asian market, which is fucking huge. Like, there's a whole, like, he's made a whole other part of the world care about Major League Baseball, and they give him a lot of slack for that. I feel like they let him do what he wants. I don't think he's a bad person by any means, but
he's just another superstar athlete.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I hate how good he is at it. Like, it's really annoying. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, he does the two hardest things in baseball almost better than anyone else has ever done it, which is pitch and hit, which is ridiculous. Like, no one does both good. Like, no one does both okay, let alone really well. Like,
you know, I'm thinking maybe I should be that guy for like what I do with like swordsmanship, because like in my particular practice, there's 3 aspects, right?
Well, I think since Shohei Ohtani was like 11 years old, he sleeps for like 3-4 hours a night, and everything else is just practicing baseball. They literally, he has no other interests, none.
I mean, the only thing getting in the way of probably me being like legendary status in swordsmanship. No, it's not the age at all. It's this. It's all the other habits.
Yeah, like weed. But that's what makes you cool. We should put you down to work. That's what makes you down to earth. Yeah, you'd be a douchebag if you didn't do those things.
But the thing is, like, okay, so there's 3 aspects, right? You know how like in baseball, there's hitting, there's pitching, and then there's all the various, catching positions, defense, yeah. So in swordsmanship, what I do, there's cutting, where we cut targets, the mats, you've seen that. Yeah. There's sparring, where we get like sparring swords so we don't cut each other, and
because you can only practice so many times.
And then there's kata, forms. You've done karate, like about forms, where it's like you do the choreographed moves to showcase your knowledge of the techniques. Right. So it's like it's very rare that you'll see like a swordsman who excels at like all 3 like really well. And and like maybe I could strive for that, and that would be an interesting thought. At least to be the best like swordsman in the East Coast. Maybe I could get that much at least.
Yeah, but you'd probably be really boring though.
To be the best swordsman in the East Coast? I don't know. There's a lot of HEMA guys out here. There's a lot of like Japanese swordsmen, and if any of them want to fight me on,
so you want that to be your life, like just people. Actually, it's pretty fucking cool.
Exactly,
that is pretty fucking cool.
That's why I'm considering it. Okay, because I'm like, I'm gonna die no matter what I do. But at least if I die as like the greatest swordsman on the East Coast, it's like, yo, bro, find anyone in New England, find anyone in Florida, I will fuck them up. Like, come on.
I'd be like, yeah, like he was fucking boring as shit, but fucking, my God, you walk to the park with him, fucking 3 guys pop out of the fucking woods, try to take him down, and
because he's the best in the East Coast.
He's the best in the world. And
he's one of the gates, like.
There, that is the goal. Look, that slight humble brag of just when people come out of the way to attack you and challenge you.
And it's not even that was ever my goal. It's just
you're just like, I just
no. But my specific goal, because it's my goal, makes me more likely to achieve that goal. Because my goal is practice. I just want to practice. Practice is the goal. Whereas I feel like, most people who have superficial reasons, they're like, oh, I want to be the best. I want to be the best of the best. Or,
Yeah, anyone who thinks they're too good to practice something is missing the whole point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's a rare quality. Because people have told me that's a rare quality. They're like, yo, why do you do this the way you do? And I say, because practice. Practice is the goal. And they say, why? Because practice keeps me aligned in mind, body, and soul. And then they say that that's rare. And I'm like, is it? I thought that was just natural. And they're like, no. People have various reasons for doing all sorts of things, So it's like, you can't assume that just because that's your like inherent reason that everyone else has it. So and these are my seniors telling me this. Like these are guys that have been doing this.
Because to me, it's just like, well, how does this get easier for you then? Like, how does this become less of a hurdle? Like if you're not doing it all the time.
Because for me, martial arts is different than sports. Because sports is all about athleticism. Martial arts is different. It's not really about like, yes, athleticism is a part of it because you still need a body to do the things. But for example, yes, winning a sword fight is martial arts. But you know what? So is a gun. Like so is being able to like shoot you.
Yeah.
Instead of like that's martial arts. Or you know what else?
I'm fat. I've beaten skinnier guys.
Poisoning you is also martial arts. If I could figure out a way to like poison you before you like on your morning coffee, that's martial arts. Or how about this? Diplomacy. If I could convince a person not to like poison someone else to gain victory, that's also martial arts.
That would be my martial art.
But life is martial arts. This is the point. This is what I'm saying. Like that's what makes martial arts.
Well, martial arts is like politics. It is society. It is like it's intertwined. It was intertwined with life.
Everything. It is life.
Yeah.
Because as a martial artist, your job isn't just to win fights. Your job is to literally uphold things. Your job is to teach.
Yeah.
Your job is to serve.
To uphold like the
to do everything.
Yeah. The art that you've learned and to show that.
And your job is to uphold the responsibility of physical power without like using it irresponsibly. Like literally, once you get trained, you have a job. Your job is not to use it against people. Yeah. It's like you can't be doing it. Like how they say there's that whole urban myth. It's like once you're a pro boxer, your hands get registered.
Universal weapons.
I don't know if that's true, but it makes sense because it's like it's
you're not allowed to hit people.
It's such a practical policy because it's like, dude, like
you're too good at that.
Yeah,
you can't just fuck around. You can't get drunk and like just
because if you punch someone straight up with a jab in the nose, you could make them drown in their own blood very easily. And
like that's like there's violence is very accessible to us
because most people when they punch they just all arms, but a boxer will put his hips, he'll pivot into it without even thinking about it. Like suddenly his his instep turns and suddenly his whole hips turn and his arm extends without even trying so hard, and then it just extends. And then suddenly the guy's like drowning in his blood.
I would just my first thought is always to punch someone in the throat. Because that's
another thing. Because that's what they're taught. Yeah,
I could kill somebody unfortunately that way, but
that's the difference between like say like martial arts and combat.
And then then if you're angry and like you're not trained and you get somebody down, what am I going to do? I'm probably going to kick them in the face a bunch of times, and that's not good either.
That's why I don't agree with like lumping together combat sports with martial arts because I'm like it's not the same. Because like
that was the problem with the original UFC.
Because like if you're trained in combat sports, you're not thinking like I'm going to stick my finger in the guy's eye socket.
You're doing everything. You're doing everything you can to beat somebody.
But you're not doing everything you can to like kill and survive. Right. You're not like jamming your thumb in their fucking like orifices and shit. Because that's what you're supposed. That's martial arts.
Yeah.
That's real martial arts.
That's real life or death shit. Like there's no rules.
Combat sports is different. It's like I can't hit him in the dick. I can't punch him in the throat.
You can't.
I can't. I can't.
I would never do that. I wouldn't kick someone in the dick.
I would.
Maybe it was like there were four things.
Put it this way. Let me ask you something. Like let's say war in a context of war, right? If you had a chance to like, if you saw the enemy squadron like at night. And you had a chance like slit their throats in their sleep.
I'd slit their throats.
Because that means your boys who are under your command get to go home. Like that means like you get to skip a risk of like their wives and their mothers.
Well, I'm not a big guy, and like if I find myself in a situation where
fighting
a bigger person is going to challenging me, like I'm not going to back down. I have to, even if I'm going to get my ass kicked, I have to do something. And what I'm going to do is shit like that. Probably punch someone in the throat.
Well, fighting dirty is the only real way to fight. That's the whole
if you're bigger than me, like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I'd be a bitch if I like stood down. Like, no, I have to fight. And like,
well, you do know what? That's why martial arts was invented. It was invented specifically so the smaller guy.
For us 5'8" guys.
Yeah. So
I'm 5'9". I'm sorry. Never mind.
Well, so the smaller guy can beat the bigger guy. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
There would be no need for martial arts. And then the idea is like once it's like ancient people. Like ancient people, once they even like did it for a little bit, and my theory is that like ancient people just mimicked animals. They were like, I don't know how to beat this bigger guy who keeps throwing me around and fucking my wife. What do I do? And then they just like, how does
What would a tiger do?
Yeah, exactly. What do the wolves do?
What would a drunken
like,
monkey do?
Exactly. So they just mimic the animals.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Because they're not thinking about like pride or like making sure someone doesn't get hurt that badly. Like it's life or death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's like, how do I kill this big animal that keeps eating my children?
Yeah. If you're bigger than me, I'd like sort of be thinking like, well, how do I hurt you very badly?
That's martial arts, I think. That's real martial arts.
Well, I think hitting someone in the throat is martial arts.
Or hitting them in the dick.
No, that's what kind
of martial arts, man. It's not manly, it's not masculine, and it's not like righteous, but it's martial arts.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
We have a joke in the dojo. It's like when your techniques fail, it's like you pull out your gun. It's my secret technique.
I like that.
My Glock jutsu. Yeah, that's what it's about.
Well, in what's that movie? Seven Samurai? No, not Seven Samurai. The other one.
13 Assassins.
13 Assassins. Yeah, I like that ending. It's fucking great. When he just like he does the underhanded thing because he's like, this is not, these rules don't matter anymore. Yeah. And like the whole movie, he's like trying to uphold like their old ways and stuff like that.
Nah, that's not war though. That's not what war.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
War.
And he was able to like by like presenting himself that way, he was able to lure that guy into a false sense of like security that like, oh, I know how he's going to behave. Like he's a man of,
which is very curious. It's like it's almost an obvious victim archetype in war, which is the guy who's like all about honor. It's like we got to do the right way, the
right, yeah.
Way.
And like,
what the fuck are you talking about?
And if someone's always but if someone's always like that, you're like, oh, like fuck, like I could now exploit him because he's not going to do.
Or it's like I can't follow that man to battle. Like I can't follow that man into combat. Like he's going to get us killed. Like like.
Wave after wave.
We're literally better off shooting him in the back and be like, "Yo, I don't know what happened. Did you guys see what happened? Nope." Like,
that was like World War I.
Yeah, because like, what are you
just like? We've never done this before, so just keep running in there, guys.
And we're like, well, "Are you gonna run in with us?" And they're like, "No,
no."
I blow the whistle.
My dad's important. I can't do that,
dude. I blow the whistle. Like that's my job. I was trained to blow the whistle. I hold up this flag or this sword, and
bro, my dad's a lord. Are you crazy?
I blow the whistle. Like that's my job,
bro. In the African War, I shot 50 unarmed men. You think I could just run in there?
I mean, if you were in his squad, wouldn't you shoot him? I would kill him in his sleep. I'd be like, "Yo, guys, I think we should kill this dude."
But that's why there's such a strict structure and hierarchy of stuff.
But this is also why British did make formidable officers, because out of everyone who fought industrialized warfare, the British do have the longest history.
Well, like
they had the first access to like
that style of war that existed from I'm
talking about also bureaucratic warfare, like the idea of like, oh, we can't do that.
It's un-British. This wouldn't be.
You're not going to tell the officers, are you? I mean, no, Trav. I mean, if we don't do this, we're going to die a very horrible death.
And then we have to die. And it's the British way.
But then there would be the argument, and there would be the dialectic. It's like, what would Aristotle do? It's like,
well, he wasn't British, so he wouldn't do what we were going to do.
But you know what I mean? It's like they were the first guys to like,
they perfected that. Because like they perfected that hierarchy and like that.
I would say they were the first to philosophize modern warfare. They weren't the first to philosophize war. They were the first to philosophize modern war.
Nah, their version of modern war. Like they were pitiful in World War I. Like they were really bad.
Were they?
Yeah, like far more British died than Germans died. And like the Germans built better bunkers and better like.
Yeah, but the British still got everything they wanted out of World War One.
How so? I mean, no one invaded the UK, which was good. World War I's so weird because it was like literally everyone like was involved in the war because they were an ally of somebody. It was a big
game of Risk.
Yes, yeah.
It was literally a big game of because all the fighters were related. First of all, that was
I know, which is ridiculous. The main fucking Russian Tsar, the fucking King of England, and the Prussian, like the Germans. They were all related. They were all fucking cousins.
And we're all surprised to know that like all the combatants of our modern warfare are embedded together in some significant. I'm like, how are you surprised?
We've been fighting classism forever. It's never gone away. It's classism. There is a majority. There is a small group of people that are like hoarding all the money and the power.
I don't think it's just classism. I think culture has to do with it too.
But I think classism what separates us. Like
because for example, like let's say your lord gives up the war, but you're still going to fight for your culture. And like culture is almost like the real lord in that sense. People put too much stock
like you
in
wouldn't.
the culture.
But I mean, like then you were never fighting for your lord to begin with. You were fighting for your homeland, your culture. Like you felt like you had to fight that way.
But that's the great trick of war. You could feel you have to fight for whatever reason you go in, but once you're in, the only reason why you're fighting is for the fucking asshole next to you.
Yes,
that's what that's what every warrior of.
Well, that's how that's how you get trapped.
That's what they say after battle. They're like, the only reason why I'm still here because if I leave, there's a chance my boys will be dead because I left.
Absolutely,
and I will never.
And I can live myself that way.
Yeah, and that's like a good way to trap young men into war.
Well, that's why they fucking throw young man after young man at them.
But at the same time, can you say they're wrong? Because it's like if I know guys,
it's a great Nico Bellic quote. He's like, "War is where the old and rich trick the young and stupid into killing each other."
That quote lives rent free in your head.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other Nico Bellic quotes that live rent free in my head. The biggest one is like cousin. There's his
shit with Roman's really.
It's not a quote, but it's a monologue. It's like where is your women? Where is your fucking
yeah, because all the promises.
Yeah. He was talking shit in his letters.
Where's your palace? Where are your women? Oh, later, cousin.
Where's
your
big house by the beach?
Brighton Beach.
Yeah. Like Kingsborough College. Wait, you got a boat in like Brooklyn infested waters.
Hey man, I fucking, you ever gone shipping out of Sheepshead Bay? I wouldn't eat those fish, but it's a good time.
There's some good fucking restaurants out there.
Oh yeah. Oh, fucking Randazzo's.
Salad. Oh my god.
Randazzo's, a bunch of great great Turkish places.
The Turkish place. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, that place is so good. Their desserts. The desserts are insane.
What's it called? It's the breakfast. It's the eggs, tomato paste, the shakshuka,
and a coffee.
Turkish coffee. Oh my god, I love Turkish coffee.
That place is great. I fucking love Sheepshead. For all you listeners out there, if you ever visit New York City and want to check out some like good eats, go to Sheepshead Bay.
It's not like shit though outside in the summer.
I mean, the problem though, it's like but
it's really nice. So you're in Brooklyn, you get to sit outside.
You know what?
Eat.
I take that back because like Sheepshead Bay, it's not the kind of place where it's like a tourist would, because you could only go to like realistically like one restaurant per night. So it's not like you could fully experience Sheepshead Bay unless you're a New Yorker. Because every weekend you could be like, oh, we went to Soup and Salad last time. Let's go to that Turkish place this time. Yeah. Let's go to.
But like that's why like when like there's the parts of like Brooklyn and Manhattan where there aren't tourists, like it's for a reason, because like the real like backbone I feel like of New York, it's like small businesses, small restaurants, like holes in the walls type of thing, like things only local people know.
Yeah,
like,
but there's a huge turnover rate with those businesses. That's the problem.
Naturally. But I mean, there's plenty that's in a test of time. Sheepshead's got
Cat's Deli.
Well, Cat's Deli it's because they're fucking robbing everybody.
Yeah,
shit's good though.
Bubblegum shrimp.
I ate a bubblegum shrimp in Times Square once.
Rock and Roll. What's that place? Rock and Roll Diner or whatever.
Oh,
Hard Rock Cafe. Yeah, that's what it is. Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah. the restaurant where fucking 20 millionaire actors were like, hey, let's make crappy food and charge $1 money for it.
Salt Bay had a restaurant. I bet they're out of business by now.
Yeah, no, his are all gone. Yeah. Well, he was like, really did it though. Like, I don't know if he really did it, but
Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, but at the World Cup when was it Argentina? Right? That's Messi, right? Argentina? I think so. Like when they won, like he ran on the field and like he grabbed the cup and like held it, and like it's just like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like people like turned on him like right at then, like people were already unhappy with him because like his whole shtick was like really overrated. Like he was like selling fucking steaks wrapped in fucking gold leaf.
Fogo de Chao shit, but way tackier.
Yes, way tackier. Like you literally paid money to see him do that shit. Like,
with the gloves.
Yeah, with the salt.
The black gloves.
I have a friend who fucking I saw him. We had steaks. We were at a fucking steakhouse. He's like, I don't have my gloves. All right, well, and he grabs the steak and cuts them. What the fuck is wrong with you? He says, so you cut it. I'm like, no, it's not. You're squeezing the juice out of it. Like, why would you do that? I'm like, this is a fucking TV show. This is life. Eat your steak.
You got to get one of those big long forky things, the 2-pronged forks, and then you carve it up.
No, you just fucking cover the grain and just fucking eat your steak. Yeah, he was wrong. But there's fucking Randazzo's and Sheepshead Bay's been there for God knows how long. There's the
boat restaurant. You know the restaurant that's like on that boat, a floating boat thing?
Yeah. I don't, maybe I ate there as a kid. I don't remember.
Maybe they're probably not around anymore since COVID. COVID was like our second 9/11, honestly.
I liked it a lot better than the first 9/11.
Well, the first 9/11 was over way too quick. COVID was
I disagree. The anti-Muslim propaganda has been going on pretty strong since then.
What since 9/11?
I didn't know what Muslims were until the next day. Until the next day, and like they were like, "Hey, you know who did this?"
Well,
Sam.
When I was in school, all the Muslim kids in my school definitely didn't say shit.
I went to a private Christian school, so it's no wonder I didn't know Muslims existed beforehand.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of Muslims in my schools back then. Muslims.
I lived in Bensonhurst Parks.
Muslims didn't start coming to the country till after 2008.
Not necessarily, but more. There weren't as many. Like
they really flooded into this country after 2008.
Farouk's dad was here in the early 90s by himself.
Well, yeah, I mean,
my ex's dad opened up one of the first mosques in Brooklyn, like the 70s.
Yeah, there were some.
They just weren't. There wasn't a big community. And
but I think
Muslims aren't just. They're all from different places. There's 100 different countries.
Yeah, it's not like a diaspora.
Yeah, so it's not like it's I'm gonna like this is little Muslim land. It's like you'd be like, oh, where's little Pakistan? Where's little Azerbaijan? Like whatever. Like.
But I think the 08 bubble pop really did open up a huge opportunity for so many like Muslims who gained enough wealth to be able to gain a foothold.
Well, I'm like basically like if you didn't own property at that time, like you didn't have your money like tied up and stuff like that, like you had a great you had an advantage, like because fucking houses that go for like not 800,000 now on Staten Island, like we're probably sold originally in like the 90s for like 80,000 or 100,000, and then after that crash they were going for like 90,000 again, like. And there's people who like just couldn't pay those bills and got rid of their house. Like it's crazy to me. I can't believe my parents lost the house. I can't believe
it wasn't the valuation's fault. It was literally the banks that were giving out bad deals that they really weren't able to sustain.
Yeah, my boss, he's my boss now, but he told me how like when he was 18, he bought a house when he was 18, and I was like, how? Like how the fuck did you do that? He's like, I just went to the bank. Yeah. He said, I just went to the bank, got a loan. He's like 1998. I'm like, but. Like no money, no credit, no problem.
Because they had a lot more leeway to do that.
Yeah,
they didn't have the algorithms to be able to calculate your wealth for the rest of your life like we do now.
No, it was more so like I think they saw it as a benefit to like. So they were like, it's better to get people into debt. Like you will make more money tricking someone into debt.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't think. I guess they didn't realize they were all fucking doing it on such a massive scale.
At first it made sense because it was only a few people who were actually making a lot of money all at once, which was the brokers.
Right.
Because the brokers were able.
That's what I mean. And then it just seemed like everyone started doing it without realizing everyone was doing it, and they were like, "Holy shit, we did too much of this."
Yeah.
Because that's what it was. You give like 2% of people like shitty loans, and
that's
they foreclose their houses.
That's the same thing with any bubble. Too many people invest too much.
Yeah. That's why, it's my thought. Like, if you hear about like a good investment, once you hear about it, it's over. Don't invest in it.
Yeah, like, you buy the rumor, sell the fear.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. With that, we could. I just got to take a quick pee break.
Like, tell me she went to the bazaar. Mm-hmm. That's on Island where the Blockbuster used to be, and she's like, "That fruit tastes so good." I'm like, "Yes." I'm like that's
what they're called.
That's where people buy fruit at fruit markets because.
All right, so welcome back to part 2, and just to educate you folks on what we're snacking on, here's how I make my garlic bread. What I do is I mince garlic, I put in a little bowl with a bunch of butter, I put in some dried, I want to say basil, salt, black pepper, some red pepper flakes if you have it, dried red pepper flakes, those the spicy shit.
Not a whole 8 ounces of chili peppers.
Then I shove that little bowl in the microwave for about 30 seconds until it makes this like liquid that's like buttery, seasoned fucking liquid. And then I coat the bread with it. Like I'll slice the bread in half vertically and then I'll coat the surface of it. And then I will sprinkle Parmesan shavings. I'm not talking about Parmesan powder or Parmesan string.
I'm about Polly's Parmesan.
No, I'm talking about like shavings, like real Parmesan.
Like $12 fucking bowls of Parmesan shavings.
Just shaved off the block. So you sprinkle that on, and then you want to put on some fucking like basil, like fresh basil leaves, because fresh basil leaves, they're a commitment. If you're gonna buy a bunch of them, you have to really use them. Otherwise, they go to waste because they go bad really easily.
And it's such a strong, well-rounded flavor.
And then after you put all that shit on the bread, before you stick it in the oven at like 425 to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, before you stick it in the oven for about 20 minutes, what you want to do is you want to drizzle on top of the whole thing. You want to drizzle some good olive oil. And I'm not talking about like...
that shit that your wife doesn't know about that you spend all that extra money on. That good shit.
Yeah, olive oil.
That cold press, first cold pressed. Because there's different... there's like the first batch and the second batch, and they write that down.
Now, if you want to be a real dickhead with your garlic bread, instead of the olive oil drizzle, what you want to do is you want to use truffle oil. The truffle oil drizzle will get a bitch wet. The truffle oil drizzle is an aphrodisiac. It gets the organs tingly, the sensory organs tingly.
Yeah, it's got to be like, but like it has to be real truffle oil. And if it was real truffle oil, it would cost you like fucking $50.
You know, well, what is quote unquote real truffle oil? That's like saying real diamond. It's
it's the blood. It's the suffering.
Well, what does it mean when the fake diamond is shinier and purer and prettier than
how many black people died for it? It's not enough.
Yeah, I need the fogginess of a natural blood diamond.
I need that guilt.
Yeah, I need the actual.
I want my wife to know that I spent 3 months of paycheck on this morally questionable thing that she's going to show off for the rest of her life, and then when she leaves me, it's going to probably pawn.
When I was engaged, when I got engaged to my ex-fiance, like I discussed ring shit with her, and she told me, she educated me about how like fake diamonds are more ethical. They shine better. They're pretty. They are prettier. I've seen them. The only thing is,
diamonds.
It lacks the authenticity. It lacks.
That's what I mean. Like it's like
you feel it. There's a spiritual weight to a real blood diamond. Yes. You know, like a real blood.
Knowing like how many pans has passed through, like how many
times it's been refined, and the fact that if you really
and
put
each
it
guy's chiseling a little bit off each time they pass.
And if you put it under a real microscope,
you can see you
will see a Jewish jeweler's laser engraving marking on it. You know, because they have to do it. You know, like from Amsterdam, from like Eastern Europe to Western Europe.
Yeah.
There's a whole economy behind that. And it's usually like if you go to like Antwerp or something, it's usually like a very Orthodox Jewish man who runs like the whole fucking game in that neighborhood, you know? Like, I mean, fuck, go to Manhattan, look at the Diamond District. Like, who do you think? Well, there's a whole movie about that, I guess. So, like, you know?
I fucking love fucking Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching, I'm like, I fucking know that guy. I met that guy.
It's Diamond District shit, you know? It's like, to them, they might as well be selling like underwear and apples. It's like diamonds are just another fucking, you know?
Yeah. And it's just like, it's like a passed down kind of industry anyway, so you kind of grow up in that thing. It's
like clothes, like being a tailor.
Yes, and there was a certain ethnic group that was in control of that as well.
Yeah. Who was the ethnic group? Chinese?
Sure.
Was it the Chinese? Or the Koreans?
No.
No? Who was it? Who controlled the tailors?
Manhattan?
Oh, Jews.
I didn't say that. They don't control everything, but they've ran certain industries. Sure.
But when it comes to tailorhood, to be an actual, what's the fancy word for tailor?
Not
a seamstress. Like the guy who makes suits.
It's a tailor. I would say that's my tailor. I feel like tailor is like the press way to say it. Yeah, I'd be like I have my own tailor. Wouldn't. Because what does he do? Tailor suits.
I feel like there was a fancier name for it. Wasn't there a recent gangster movie about like a tailor in like fucking, I think it was Detroit or whatever, and it was a British guy who made suits.
Oh, but he was a spy?
No, he was
like Garrick.
He was just a former.
That's that book. That's Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Fuck, I'm just gonna look it up. It was a Netflix movie, and it wasn't terrible.
It's Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
No, that's an older movie with Gary Oldman.
But it's a book, and a lot of things have been adapted from it since. Like Garrick is completely adapted from that book.
Yeah, I feel you.
Do you say it's 9? Who is a simple tailor? My beloved Garrick.
Oh, it's called The Outfit. The movie it was called The Outfit.
Oh, I saw clips of that actually. I wanted to watch it.
It's not bad.
I like stuff like
it's not a bad flick.
I like the more real spy stuff because it's way more.
Well,
The
Outfit is more gangster. It's definitely not spy shit. It's gangster shit. It's
Okay.
It's straight up gangster. It's literally about like a tailor. And then like he just runs a business in the Detroit hood back in like I don't know, I think it was like the gangster era.
But he's dropping like state secrets.
No, not state secrets at all. It's just he gets caught up in shit.
Oh.
And it's like, you know, like
different.
his best clients come, suddenly like start pointing guns at each other. It's like, yo, I'm just the guy who makes your suits, you gangster fucks. And he's like, no, you're the only guy we can trust. We need you to carry this, you know, whatever, this evidence or whatever. You know, back in the era of like Detroit, I think it was is it Detroit? I think it might be Detroit or Chicago.
Or Kansas City?
Chicago.
Okay. The outfit. That's the outfit. That's Chicago,
yeah.
yes. That's Al Capone. That's the outfit.
Yeah, Al Capone's guys.
Yeah.
So that was the whole thing, and yo, it's a good movie. You got to see it. The Outfit, and I like that movie because I don't know. It's just the idea of like a British guy, old school British gangster who ends up like around like.
So I have seen clips of this. Yeah. I've been interested in watching it. I just haven't seen it before. Yo, there's fucking like, I mean, I love like, you know, there's great mafia movies, and some of those movies are my favorite movies, like Goodfellas or Casino or whatever.
I think gangster movies are my favorite movies, honestly. They are my favorite fucking movies.
And like fucking British crime movies, some of them are some of the best fucking movies I've ever. You ever see Layer Cake?
Yeah, Layer Cake with Daniel Craig.
Oh god, just it's a simple story. Like I'm new with one more job and then I'm out. That's not how it works, man.
Oh, there's Lock, Stock,
there's
and
that,
Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah, there's the
Snatch,
The Long Good Friday, The Gentleman,
Rock and Rolla. I wasn't that good though.
No, I'm not like I'm not a big Guy Ritchie fan.
Yeah.
He's a little over the top.
Train Spotting, I guess, kind of counts.
Train Spotting, wouldn't say it's a street movie. I guess
it is a street movie.
Which is, I mean, same.
So is Human Traffic. That's the rave one. Like it's a British rave movie.
No,
it's really good.
Yeah.
You would love, even if you're not a raver, as an like the movies you like watching, I think you would love Human Traffic.
Well, anytime that like I feel like someone's like genuinely
because you see, imagine
thing.
seeing this like British dude in the 90s, like, all right, so we're in the club, right, and this big gangster bloke, and he owns the club, and we're trying to get in, right, and I'm in this office, and he's like, I'm trying not to get killed, right? He's like, what are you doing, bloke, trying to get in this club? You know, it's like, and it was cool because
what do you want me to get killed for?
Because there's like a slight connection with the gangster shit, and you're like, oh wow, you know, like I get it because with the drugs,
there's a realism in there,
with the drugs and like the club ownership and all that shit,
and that's like when you're involved in anything like on that level, you are like going to run into that element. So
it's all because the rave scene does have a criminal element.
Like being 15 and smoking pot, like you're like part of like the street, like there's something to that. There's a side you don't know. I'm not saying it's not that cool, but I'm saying like any time you have a foot in any of those things.
You know what I think? I don't think like any institution really had a problem with the seedy aspects. They just wanted to be in control of it. You know what a good example is? Look at the Amish. They have Rumspringa, and it works for them.
Rumspringa? Well, what do you mean though?
Like
I thought you were trying to say like they're trying to make an argument for organized crime.
No. I'm making an argument for like everything that say like Reagan era policy was against, right?
Yeah.
Really, they don't really want it to go away. They just want it.
They just wanted it to
be in control of it. You know, like
they wanted to criminalize a very like poor small group of people because it makes when like pouring money into the police and like arrests, like you know how
basically they're like, if I had a choice, I would make it illegal for white women to get abortions, but I would make it super illegal for black women to get abortions. You know, it's it's like, and that's exactly what happened.
Yes, that's exactly what happened, and that's how police departments make money.
Yeah,
that's why like they want to arrest you. They want to seize your shit. Because
they don't want to kill you because they'd rather like
they don't want to kill me, but there's
no I'm saying they'd rather not kill you so you could live to be arrested again.
Yeah, exactly. That's why fucking prisons rehabilitate anybody.
You know my favorite example was in Thank You for Smoking. Great movie.
Oh, I love that movie.
Was it when he was like, do you think we want little Timmy to die? It's in our best interest to keep him alive and smoking.
Yeah. Which is fucking true, yeah.
And he's like bald and died of cancer. He's like, yes, we're going to keep him alive because he's our customer. We don't want to kill him.
I love that movie.
We want him to smoke.
The state of Vermont will not apologize for its cheese.
Such a good movie. That was William H. Macy, right?
That was William H. Macy, yeah, the cheese guy. The senator from Vermont
will not apologize for its cheese.
The state of Vermont will not apologize for its cheese. Oh, God, was he supposed to be Bernie?
We're the merchants of death.
That was a fucking great movie. Yeah, I love that brutal honesty.
That was a beautiful movie. That was honestly probably one of the most important movies I've ever seen in my life.
Man, I was so much cooler when I smoked.
Thank You for Smoking was really good. Another good movie was The Weatherman. A very underrated movie.
The Weatherman?
Nicolas Cage.
Which one? What happens in that?
He's a weatherman. Nicolas Cage plays a weatherman, but he's got a weird relationship with his dad. Like he loves his dad, and I think he thinks his dad loves him, except his dad is like very cold and distant. And he's a successful weatherman, but he doesn't feel like a successful. And he has a daughter.
I already love this.
And his daughter's kind of like alienated from him,
because he has a better relationship with his father, and it's causing him to like not have a proper relationship with his daughter.
Yeah, exactly. And then like he's being there for his dad at the hospital, and his daughter's like he gives his daughter his wallet. He's like, here, go get yourself something from the vending machine. She comes back, she's like, you only had $100 bills. You should carry more cash, Dad. Oh, sorry, sweetie. And she says nothing. It's like,
I love that.
The Weatherman. I can't believe you didn't see that. It's a great.
I like for years I just
there's a lot of important movies you didn't see. You didn't see Castaway. You didn't see Weatherman.
You know what? There's a lot of fucking great movies you haven't seen. You can't see every fucking movie. I've only been alive
every
for
movie
so
you
long.
suggest to me, I fucking watch all of them.
You do, and I
have to.
And I watch movies. Yeah, because I fucking don't want to talk.
I don't even consider myself a movie buff. I'm more of a movie culturalist. Meaning, I'm a movie culturalist insofar as it relates to my culture. Like, I don't care that much about a silent movie from like the 1930s. I'm sorry, I just don't.
Yeah,
you know,
like when people say like,
I mean, if you're from I have friends in California that care a lot, and it makes sense.
Yeah, but they're from California
because they're from Tinseltown.
Yeah, they have no culture. They have no real understanding.
That's like us being about money, like from New Yorker. Yeah, of course, New Yorkers are going to be about money. You have Wall Street. You know,
it's like when people say like, "Oh, Citizen Kane's the best movie ever." It's like yeah, but like you don't understand why it's great because it did a lot of firsts that now every movie does, and it's just not going to hit the same watching it now. But like, yes, it was a great movie, but like I'm not going to see it. But I mean, then again, like I like watching like a lot of like movies in the 70s.
Like a Californian would be like talk to you, or like a California bitch would be like, "Yo, before you get laid, we got to talk about like Gone with the Wind or something." I'm like, do we have to? Like, you know, like,
can we just talk about like like your personality? What personality?
Yeah, no, Californians are way bigger movie buffs than I will ever be as a New Yorker.
Nah, they're full of shit.
But which is why as a New Yorker, I'm all about
movies started here. And the best movies are filmed here and are about here.
Well, the best movies are here, filmed here, and about here because of the gangster shit.
Yeah.
That's why I like gangster movies. I fucking love gangster movies.
Because like it's my favorite thing is like
to me
movies like that being like, oh, it's fucking that's 9th Street. I know where he is.
A gangster movie to me is like a modern samurai movie. Because samurais were literally gangsters back then. Cops are gangsters now. They are gangsters. Like cops are the samurai of the mob. They really. We don't want to admit it, but they really are.
No, they are. There's two kinds of people that drive recklessly and smoke cigarettes with the windows up. Those are gangsters. Cops and gangsters. Yeah, that's my dad. Drives like an asshole. Fucking chain.
So I look at cops and they're pretty much like samurai, and people are like, no, samurai were way more honorable. I'm like, no, they weren't.
Yeah, no, they weren't.
Samurai killed a bunch of innocent people just for looking at them wrong. Yeah. You know, they were like, yo. Like, you're ugly. I gotta kill you. It's like, what the fuck? I'm a samurai. I could do this.
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm the shogun. What the fuck are you gonna do about it? Yeah, they go around flaunting their power.
That's what cops do. You know, like.
Well, yeah, but only if you like, threaten their egos.
Well, the idea was samurai were necessary because sometimes you'd have some Chinese or Mongolian dudes come in and invade your shit.
Goddamn Mongolians.
You know, like same thing with cops. Like cops are like
cops used to be that. They used to protect the neighborhood. They used to be from the neighborhood and knew the neighborhood and protected them, but they don't anymore.
My fear before back in like 2018 years was like, oh, cops are going to be made illegal. And we're just going to privatize the police force, which would have been very bad.
That's very bad, yeah. That's it's terrible.
It's like we get Johnny Dickhead from Alabama. Like it's like, yeah.
I mean, the city government pushes police to do certain things, and that makes the government money. So like, I mean, I don't think privatizing would be a good idea, but they essentially are. They work for the city's budget. Yeah, but it's in their best interest. You're told that.
At least the NYPD has more skin in the game than
my dad used to like get like in trouble for like not writing enough fucking summonses and tickets when he was a cop.
Yeah, because it's part of the job.
Yeah, because he's like there's like my uncle.
Like I'm sorry, you're not a sheriff. You're a cop.
Yeah,
you're a fucking
exactly.
You're police.
My dad knew that.
Not a fucking like county ass fucking hick redneck cop.
So my dad gave me examples of like when he would use context in situations. Yeah. Like he said like when he was just a cop before he was a detective, he's like you'd have to talk me into giving you a ticket. Like I was never trying to do that. The other side is my mom's brother. He was a cop and a detective. He told me once how him and his like sergeant are sitting in a car outside of like a housing project, and they see these kids light up a blunt, and they don't get out of the car and arrest them. They wait until each person in the safe hits the blunt, and then they go and arrest every single one of them.
We saw every single one of you smoking that.
Yeah. I'm like, you're an asshole, right? I'm like, you're like the worst fucking person.
But that's like how you be a New York cop. Like, I respect it, but like even if you get caught, you respect it because you're like, ah, you got me. because real cops on the street know like the only way they're gonna accept it is if we get them on their terms.
Win some, lose some, yeah.
And you get them on their terms. It's like, gotcha. It's like, oh fuck, because like that's the only way where it's.
But then like also I would say like I'd be if I was at that crowd at that cipher, I'd be like, yo, is that a fucking cop parked over there? Why doesn't he do anything? I don't know. Put the shit out.
Now, usually, I mean, the worst cases with cops for me, I did all sorts of shit. I've stolen from cars before. I did graffiti. I've shoplifted a lot of money's worth of goods from stores. I've done a lot of crime. I've done arson. We've done arson. Like
Yeah, we have.
We've done all sorts of shit.
It's very particular.
I did all sorts.
A very particular incident of arson. That
yeah. Brendan has the best arson story.
I like mine. I'm not gonna tell it, but I like mine. What's his?
Brendan, well, he's like disabled now, so it's like I don't think the cops are gonna go after him.
But
like there was a bowling alley in Highland.
Oh, yeah.
The one that burned down. That was it. That was all.
Oh, that's right. That was him. I remember that. Yeah.
JoJo, Evan. Apparently,
bowling on the green.
Bowling on the reason why Bowling on the Green around Highland Boulevard burned down is because they broke in and they were like, "Yo, we're in a bowling," which is awesome, by the way. I would have loved to do that as a kid.
Yo, and like 5 years later, when they built like fucking houses in that lot, we broke into those fucking houses.
Yeah. Yo, what was funny though is like when they broke into Bowling on the Green.
I remember him telling this story.
They found like a propane tank, and they were just like, "Yo, let's light it up." So they opened it and it started like emitting gas in there. They flicked the big lighter. Obviously, they had a. It just goes, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
I can't believe this happened. And like, it's from my arson story. It's the same thing. It's you do the thing, and you're like, "Wow, that's really spreading." I didn't expect that.
It's like, "Oh shit, that's
this is really out of control."
It's like we should leave.
Yeah, yes. If someone else, if you tell it to someone else, you'd be like, "Wow, that's so stupid." It's like, nope, I've been there. You're like, "Wow, I can't believe things burn that quickly."
And apparently, like Evan or JoJo got like really burnt on his arm. JoJo, and then it's like they all left, and the next day it's like JoJo had his burn on his arm. And then his mother came and read the story. It's like a bowling alley was burned down, blah blah blah. And they were just like looking down, like knowing it was them.
I went to like Igor's house and like Redacted's house, and I
the baddies?
I shout the baddies. Well, actually no, because
they found radiation.
Yes, yeah.
They found undue radiation.
Yeah, that was dumped there. They didn't know about. Just, it's a public service.
That's what they thought caused the fire because they was like, "Oh yeah, there's excess radiation here."
I couldn't have written that better.
I was like, "Really?
How did you mean the spot where people have kegs all the time?"
I mean, it makes sense because like in that particular spot, as the authority, you're like, no one's stupid enough to just start a fire here for no reason. I mean, it's not. This
spot is too good for them. Why would they like betray themselves like that?
And it's not like anyone's drinking here or getting laid here. It's
no, but that's the thing. They know people are drinking and getting laid there. I've gotten drunk there. I've gotten laid there.
There was no one there.
It's. I love that street.
What was funny though is like because it's a long street, so by the time we walked like almost a kilometer,
we're walking, we're like, oh, shit,
and we look
faster.
Like we were like a quarter way down. It was like a little bright spot, and by the time we got all the way to the end of the block, it was like this big bright light, and we're like, oh.
But we were convincing ourselves that it wasn't getting bigger. Yeah, we're like, that's how fireworks. It's too dry. It's gonna go out.
And it was like this huge. Yo, Bay Terrace was. I think we accidentally also started a forest fire because there was a time when we were very interested in making huts. Like we would like take all the branches and like stack them up and turn them into like various like intricate huts.
I was there in the morning when they started the hut, and I went to school. I went to college. And then I came back and I watched them burn down the hut with Jay inside.
You made a great hut throughout that whole day.
I came back. I'm like, wow, this is fucking awesome, guys. And the hut, sitting here, we drank, then we started a fire in the hut. Yeah. And then Jay didn't get up.
Well, because we
had to fucking pull Jay out.
We got cold. We were cold inside this huge wooden hut made entirely of like.
Just starting that fire. Like we start many fires. Yeah. That didn't set the hut on fire. We just decided to burn the hut. We were like, I wonder how fast we could burn this whole hut down.
No, it's really what happened because we were like, first we started the fire and something like the wall caught on, like was like sparking up, and then we were like, we should put that out, and then we were like, what if we don't? Like,
and we were like, wait, who do you think? Which one of us do you think would stay in here the longest? And then Jay just fucking, I think, passed out, ran out of oxygen.
No, by that the whole thing was on fire, and then we were stupid. We were like, "Yo, let's see who could stay the longest." And then we were just like, and this was like a big hut. It was like,
dude, that like it. Like, what if I just fucking like? It
was like
such wasted talent in all of us.
It was like a studio apartment almost,
just bigger than my fucking apartment now. It was like 3 rooms. You had like 2 or 3 rooms in there,
and there was like a child, the child predator guy, Trevor or whatever.
Oh yeah,
he was hanging out.
Yeah, we were 18 at that point. Oh, that's right, Trevor was there for that.
Yeah,
should have burned him in there. I know he was a child predator at that point.
Yeah, because he was watching our friends pee, our female friends pee.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were all in the woods. We would all just get fucked up. You know, honestly, those were such good years, and it was a good time because those woods was like a perfect containment field for all of our
degeneracy. It just let us like just do stupid kid shit. It gave us that like little bit of freedom. Like we were all kids who weren't like,
you didn't get shot by Bloods and Crips,
right?
Like,
we weren't fucking doing pills,
getting
like
stabbed by MS-13. Like we were just in the woods, like getting.
We were just like no one was paying a lot of attention to us, and we just had space to do our own shit.
Experience everything. It's like
it's a fucking point of pride.
I got my first blowjob in those.
Me too. Me too.
I was like, wow, this is great. This is incredible. No wonder why people do this all the time. No wonder why they just.
The next day I was calling people like, you want to go to the woods? Let's go to the woods. What do you think Amanda's doing?
Yeah, it was good times.
Ugh. Yeah, like we didn't hurt anybody except ourselves, which is
well, we did kind of hurt Pathmark, you know, in their profit margins, like by going in there.
A big corporation like Pathmark,
but they weren't a big corporation.
You were stealing a keg at a time.
They were like as big as like Modell's, like you know.
They're small family run
like CVS or some shit.
That's why like when I see like kids do like shit, I'm like, ugh. I'm like, I'm not gonna look at you because. I remember doing. I was just shit. Like that. Yeah, I remember doing that shit, being like, yeah.
Yo, but kids are pussy nowadays. Like, I would be surprised if I ever saw a kid shoplifting. Like, they're like, nah, my chat wouldn't like that. My Discord fam wouldn't like that. I'm like, nah. Like, they lost all their mojo. Kids these days, they don't have their
It's bad for the vibe, man.
Kids these days don't have their psychopathic tendencies anymore.
Well, no, because they don't
just burn down bowling alleys anymore. Like, what the fuck? Like, what happened to kids?
Because they're afraid to build their own personalities.
Yeah. They're afraid to make the necessary
mistakes to become a fucking human being.
They're afraid to accidentally burn down a whole bowling alley.
How do you know fire's hot? You burn yourself. How do you know it's a bad idea to start a fire in an abandoned building? You set the whole building on fire.
Honestly, yeah, it's true. None of my friends got killed except like the friends that.
How do you know what someone's alcohol limit is? You feed them enough Georgie vodka until they end up in the hospital.
I'm trying to think of my friends who got killed who really did either something like who didn't outright kill themselves. It was Vin. Vin was driving down fucking Snake.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, like super fast, and I could. You know what? I don't blame him for that. I could see myself getting killed on Snake Hill easily. Like you know, if I still had my fucking Mustang, or if I still had.
I thought he was on Four Corners. I think he was making the ride on Four Corners. It wasn't Snake Hill, wasn't it?
Really?
That's what I thought.
Die on the ride on Four Corners.
Well, that's what I've always felt like because I liked him. I'm like, that's kind of fucking stupid. But it's also kind of stupid to speed on Snake Hill.
Snake Hill is fine though because there's a barrier and everything. Like it's a one lane road. Like
it's a fucking nightmare. I remember my first car like was an '85 BMW and it snowed and like Snake Hill was icy and I had to go down that road. So like I just kind of let the car roll and my brakes just gave out. I couldn't stop the car. I had to just lightly guide the car all the way down.
Snake Hill was the first place I learned how on the orange car, the 8.6. It was the first turn. It was the first car. It was the first road I learned how to where you accelerate a little too hard for the turn and your ass kicks out and then you like correct it. It's the first time I did that. I never did that and I felt like Initial D. I was like,
I didn't understand like why driving could be tricky until you did something like that. Drove on like that road.
Yeah. But then, like, you know, that all went out the window when, like, I went to, like, visit Zuka in Pennsylvania. And I'll get there at, like, 9 p.m., like, and it's, like, pitch black because there's, like, it's not like New York, you know? It's like a
I understand area. Why people get, like, into such, like, retarded, like, crime situations, like, down south. Like, I went to see my cousins. I was hanging out, drinking with them all night. And then I had to drive an hour and a half back to go to the casino at my hotel. I was fucking blasted. Man's like, you okay? I'm like, dude, I'm gonna have the best fucking night of my life. Like, it's just pitch black. No one's on that highway, and I'm just fucking blasting music, just driving straight.
High beams on?
No, I'm not that stupid. But I know someone that got a DUI because he had his high beams on.
Oh. Really? You get DUIs for that?
Well, no, he was drunk.
Well, what I do is I keep my I keep my regular headlights on. Well, I keep
it's always the little things. That,
what I do is if I'm
up.
driving on like up like the mountain roads, that go to like Zuka's place. Like I would keep the high beams on when I see another car. I would like turn the things.
That's
off,
what you're supposed to do. Yeah,
and then turn them back on. Once
that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
He didn't realize his high beams were on, which is a good indicator that someone's intoxicated.
Yeah, all you got to do is blink it. Just turn it off and turn it off.
Yeah,
like that's how you.
And now a lot of cars are just they're
automatically signals like, all right, well, he knows he's got his shit on. Like he's not a dick.
Yeah. No, they followed him for a little bit. They were like, yeah, this guy's retarded.
Yeah.
That's how people get caught with shit. Like,
well, like a DUI, like driving drunk.
Yeah, it's like a lot of times I've met a lot of good drunk drivers in my life, and like I've done it myself once or twice.
Oh,
and
okay.
There's like it's the times where like I'm completely fine and like I don't think I'm not fucking up at all, where like you could just as easily like something could happen. Like that's why like I've always like leasing newer cars, because I'm not going to have a taillight out. I'm not going to have like bad brakes. I'm not going to like my shit's not going to be fucked up. Like those little things that I might not notice if I was trashed and trying to like pay attention to driving.
I don't think I've ever I really don't think getting like fucked up like makes you bad at driving. I think getting emotional makes you bad at driving. Like getting scared, panicking, getting angry, that's what makes you bad.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're like really intoxicated, you're more likely to fall into those things. You'll be more reactionary.
But if you're not like that initially, and then you get intoxicated, you're less likely to get in that state.
I mean, like I've like there are times where like I was like, you know what, I'm too drunk, or someone's like, yo, dude, are you sure you can drive? I'm like, nah, you know what, I can't. Because like I've gotten behind the wheel like when I thought like I was okay, and I'm like, oh shit, like I'm not okay.
Well, I'll never drive when I have the spins, for example. And it's not hard.
It's
not hard to get me to the spins, because when I'm in the spin, but like by now, I don't remember the last time I had the spins, because I'm a heavy drinker.
That hasn't happened to me in a while.
I'm sorry to say, like I as a 34-year-old man, I'm ready to admit I'm a heavy fucking drinker.
Like, in my prime.
I am in my prime of drinking. You're right. I am in my prime of drinking. Holy shit.
This is the best you've ever been at drinking.
This is the best I've ever been at drinking. You're right. This is the best I'll ever be at drinking. True. So I have to live it up.
If you don't, I'll just feel weird. So
no, it's true. And I like drugs too. I don't even have reservations about doing drugs at this point in my life. I really don't.
I'm gonna like being drunk to not doing drugs.
In fact, the older I get, I think the less reservations I'm going to have about doing drugs. In fact, by the time I'm like 50 years old, I'm like, yeah, bring on the coke. Bring on. You know what? You got any heroin? I'll do heroin at 50. I don't give a fuck. By the time I'm 50 years old, and it's like if I don't have kids, or if my kids are like already like living their own lives, I don't give a shit. I would definitely do heroin at 50. Are you serious?
Like my uncle had a really bad coke
You'll be
problem.
my new hobby. Like
my uncle had a really bad coke problem in the 70s and 80s.
It's like I made $300K a year in residuals. I could afford a coke habit, or I could afford a heroin habit. Like I could afford a heroin habit.
This is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
My uncle had a bad coke problem like the 70s and 80s, and he had to leave New York because he owed bad people money. Like he had to leave.
But then he got his shit together, and he's like, I could afford a coke habit.
Well, it took him 30 years. Yeah. Like he came back like in his late 40s.
I would work very hard. He was very broke. To do coke with no worries.
He finally got a good job like 10 years ago. I was like, dude, I'm really proud of you. Like you've been struggling for a long time, and like you actually have a good paying
job. Dude, I can do coke whenever I want now, man.
Yeah. And like I've seen him rip fucking 8 balls. I'm like, well, you do make $250 a year.
Dude, I could do this shit whenever I want now. Like I'm fine.
My dad was like telling me, he's like, your uncle's on coke again. I was like,
in fact,
I was like, no, and he's like, does he ask you to borrow money? I'm like, dude, he has more money than both of us. What are you talking about?
It's probably more dangerous if poor people do coke than if like people who are like financially stable do coke. You know?
That's why they call poor people who do coke crackheads.
Dude, I remember my first experience with my generation and my friends, my peers specifically, was a lot of my friends did coke since we were like 18, 17, probably earlier. But like it didn't
part of getting older is realizing everyone does coke.
But like, we've been doing coke for a while. But then like I think I was like 24, 23, 24, 25. I was at this outlaw rave by the docks and like between Williamsburg and Greenpoint. We were by the docks there. Yeah.
Oh, by Neva Yard.
Yeah, and we were doing the rave there, and then the music was bumping, and Georgie was there, Frost was there, everyone was there, and he was like, "Yo, let's get some coke." I was like, "Word." I got $25 on coke. He's like, "Word." So we're not just gonna snort it. I'm like, "What?"
Oh,
He's like, yeah, we got
parachute
some water. We got some baking soda. We're gonna we got some foil. We're gonna poke holes in a can, and then we're gonna smoke it. I'm like, so you guys are talking about doing crack?
Talking about crack.
And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, and my friend Adam was with me. He has like nothing to do with the Staten Island crew. He was my friend from the internet, and he was just like laughing his ass off because Georgie was also part of the internet group. So it was like, and then me and Adam both realized what was going on. We were like,
oh, is that Adam with like the blonde hair?
No, Adam, the Hispanic dude, Adam Morel, and we were both like, "You guys are talking.
You guys are smoking crack,
yeah. And they were like, "Yeah," and we were like, "We were just done." I was like, "No, man, I'm not gonna smoke."
Just like when I had that conversation with Sean that time, I'm like, you just tell me that you're doing crack. That's it. I'm freebasing. You're freebasing cocaine, correct? Which is crack.
Crack.
Yeah. I'm like, just tell me. He's like, I guess it's kind of like crack. I'm like, thank you. That's it. I'm like, just make sure you know that you're doing crack. I remember like I was at when Jeff would have house parties.
I did heroin once.
Did you?
Yeah, I only snorted it though. I didn't get to inject it. I would.
That just scares me. I wouldn't, because heroin just like it's so good it'll ruin your life. Like so I don't want to do it.
It wasn't that good. Well, maybe snorting is different than like fucking like injecting it. But I
feel like anytime I've done any drug the first time, I've never loved it. It's never like, oh, this is fucking great. It's like, oh, okay. And then either I will do it again at some point or I'd never do it again.
When I snorted heroin, it just felt like doing it felt like doing an oxy, because I only took a little bump, so it wasn't like an actual like a key bump sized bump of like heroin.
Well, like with like ketamine, like
I hate ketamine.
Ketamine seems okay, except that like everyone like I'm like, oh, like ketamine sounds great. As long as you don't go into a K-hole. People are like, no, that's the whole point.
That is the whole point.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Like,
that's the best part.
That sounds horrible. I don't want to do that.
Ketamine is good when your life is bad, and that's why ketamine is so popular, because everyone's lives are bad. And
they're currently using it to treat depression.
Yeah, and that's why it's so good, because if your life sucks,
that's like the first time I did a drug where I was like, oh, I understand why some people would do this. Like that whole disassociative thing. Like it's weird. It's so weird.
And it's better than if your life is like a constant like mundane, slow spiral down the drain to your eventual like premature death. Yeah, I get why you get into ketamine then.
Yeah. I just like the one or two experiences I had.
Because, but I don't agree with it. That's why I'm still about acid and shrooms. Because acid and shrooms, you take that and you're like, that's when you realize, oh no, I'm spiraling down the drain. And I gotta make a change. Whereas ketamine's like, oh, I'm just gonna ignore it. Yeah.
Did you say something?
And it's like, has my tongue been outside of my mouth for the past 15 minutes? I didn't even know. I'm just gonna push it back in. Like
I'm sorry. I was watching this painting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was dissociating.
It was like the fucking hyper focus. Like it threw me off because like you're snoring something and then you're getting down.
That's a coping. When you're in a K-hole, you hyper focus on things as your anchor.
Yeah.
Because then
I know people like end up like this.
Because that's when you lose your anchor.
Yeah.
When you take a big enough bump of Coke, it's like taking drinking a 6-pack instantly.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it threw me off so much.
Yeah,
I'm
you take a huge bump.
Yeah.
Thinking it's like, oh yeah, I've done Coke before. I've taken huge bumps.
It's doing something like that way and then getting a completely different effect.
First,
from it,
you feel the cold feeling, the coldness before you get the taste.
Yeah.
You feel that cold feeling, and then the taste of the ketamine comes in, and that's when you feel the. And it's in the back of your throat, like the drips. You get the
And I don't like the ketamine drip.
Yeah, the Coke drips are great, because you're like.
I never understand why people complain about them. It's like a flavor saver.
Well, every time I get Coke drips, I'm always like, I take the bump, and then like I'll get a cup of water, and then I'll just like take bumps of water.
You should use saline instead of water. Water's not good for your nose like that.
All right, I'm not gonna say that's some real coconut shit. That's some more advanced coconut shit than what I'm used to.
I sell at the pharmacy, man.
Yeah. Saline solution's probably way better.
Mm-hmm.
Less buoyant. Less carbonated.
Well, yes. Safer.
How do you feel about the idea of, say, like AI synthesizing new drugs?
I don't understand. I mean, see, I don't understand.
Like, so imagine Molly that doesn't get you hungover.
But why would an AI find a better way to do that than somebody else? Why would AI care about a hangover? It's not something it can do. It's not something it would take into consideration.
Because you assign it that job.
But it can't comprehend a hangover. What's it gonna what's it gonna do? Is it gonna start removing things and replacing it?
Yeah, like molecules on a molecular level. You say like, oh, this drug causes these side effects, but also gives this effect. This drug causes this, blah blah blah, and you give it everything, and you say, I want you to synthesize based on proteins, molecular structure, build up. I want you to create an actual drug that does this. Without
how could you? But part of that whole hangover is just the over like the release of all that dopamine and then the loss of it when you're done. Like there's no fixing that unless you just start slowly dosing out of it or something. I feel like.
That's not true. There is probably a way.
I don't think there's a better way.
There's probably a way to probably a way to trick a brain into flooding certain chemicals on one specific instance without expending different chemicals of a different context.
But I feel like it's more in your control of dosing than it is replacing things on a molecular level.
In a sense, where it's like if you're working with what the drugs you have, you're right. In a sense, where it's simpler to like control dosage, but what if you're able to create not even a miracle drug? What if, all right, I'm not saying like this is true, but what if you had like a chip that you could put on the roof of your mouth where it's like you could press it in a certain way with your tongue and it could give you the effect of acid or it could give you the effect of shrooms? Like, wouldn't that be way better than actually doing the drugs? Like without actually intaking the chemical, like you just, like make your brain give you those effects.
Yeah, but you're still left with the same end result. Like even though like you're taking chemicals that are made from somewhere else, and it's those chemicals are causing your body and your brain to release chemicals in floods that it normally wouldn't. So even if it's just installed in the roof of your mouth and like it wasn't made in like the jungle and cut with gasoline, like you're still going to be left with that hangover, that loss. Like
the hangover only comes because of the chemical production. But your brain does not
those drugs trick your brain into releasing chemicals that are already in.
No, it's the other way around. It's those chemicals the chemical flooding makes your brain transmit certain experiences. That's what I'm guessing. That's my understanding of it. Is that like certain?
I think it's your brain trying to comprehend what to do with all of this stimuli, and that's what causes you to.
It's probably both. It's your brain first of all triggers certain chemicals to emit, and then your brain has to analyze the reaction to those chemicals. But what I'm also guessing is that like if you can control it with technology, where you don't even need to take a substance for your brain to react at all, where you could just induce that effect as it is at will.
I think the real control comes from like you dictating it. Like if you offer me like DMT, which is an awesome drug, and if I'm not in the mood, I'm not in the mood. Like I just like, dude, it's not. I don't feel like you're in the right mindset for that because I know if I'm in a bad mindset, there's a chance I could. All
right, let's scale it down. What if there was a device where all you got to do is not even install anything, just wear a strap over your head, you push a button, and it gives you the feeling of cocaine. Would you not try it?
I want to sniff something. But like, I would try it, but like, I'm also just of the feeling or whatever, the belief that for every good feeling, every like just positive or whatever jump, like there is always a equal reaction. There's always a down. So no matter what, there will always be some type of trade-off. So I don't think there's any way to perfect.
What if there was though?
That sounds lovely.
Do you think like?
But like it's like the drugs the government sells.
Do you think people would opt to be that way 24/7 if there was a way to do that? Be that way with like if there was a way to be on coke with no physical or mental or emotional drawbacks. Do you think people would opt to be that way 24/7?
Then why are you doing coke?
No. I mean without coke. Then. Like what if there was a technological way to be on coke without actually doing coke or get the negative aspects of coke?
See, why would you be on drugs all the time if like would you be on drugs all the time just because it's a safer way to do it?
But would it actually be being on drugs if you're not sniffing anything or ingesting anything? It's just a chip in your brain that's like inducing that effect.
But that's essentially what it is. It's not the act of doing the drugs. It's like it's just like you wouldn't why would you if you like drugs were like that easily accessible or whatever, like you could do it that way, like why would you do it all the time? If there was no mental aspect to it, if there was no negative to it, because like if you're doing drugs all the time, it's because you don't want to deal with some shit.
You think so? I never did drugs to run away from shit. I did drugs to explore shit. I wanted to know. I wanted to know what it was like.
Right, but do you do it? Would you do that every day? Would every day now be an adventure? Like, is that how you would think of it? Like, no, because you have.
But every day is an adventure.
Yeah, but
I know that's very like Dora the Explorer, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's still the truth.
but it doesn't make sense then. It's not like, because we have cleaner drugs. They sell them in pharmacies. The government subsidizes them, and they still.
You know what I think? I think what you're acknowledging is beyond like the vocabulary of, say, like clinical expression. I think what you're talking about is ritual. Like, what makes a ritual a ritual? It's repetition. And what makes a repetition? It's commitment. It's the actual willingness. You need human will to repeat something, to make it a ritual, to make it a thing, and that's what you value, which I value too. Because I'm a fucking I'm a martial artist, for fuck's sake. We need rituals, you know.
And I like when you're like in any drug, whatever. There's always a scene that comes with that. There's always like there's just so many more things to it that like come with doing drugs, other than just like maybe just trying to feel good for a little bit, or trying to forget something. There's
a ritual to it.
Yeah, that's why
it's a rite of passage.
Yeah,
it's like my dad did it to me with alcohol. Probably when I was like 6 years old, he was like, "Here, take a spoonful of this." I'm like, "What is that?" He's like, "That's beer, sonny boy." And I'm like, "All right, Dad."
See, it's a good dad. He makes sure he gives you like fucking Budweiser or Bud Light or some shit for your first beer. And you're like, "I hate this," and he's like, "That's right."
Yeah, he gave me a little spoonful.
Yeah, I think it was like a Coors Light. I'm like, "This is disgusting." I'm like, "I'll never drink this again," and I didn't. Actually, when I turned 21 at Christmas,
what he never did for me, he fed me alcohol, but he never fed me cigarettes. I had to steal cigarettes from him until I get
I don't like how my parents like were not like never stopped me from smoking cigarettes. They never like were mad at me. Never like tried.
They were hypocrites.
Yeah. But it was just annoying. It's just like, this is a really bad thing to do.
My dad probably would have like he would have done something, but
my mom thought it was cool.
Actually, my dad never stopped me from smoking cigarettes. He never.
But I get the hypocrite thing, but like. It's just like, hey, that's really bad. You shouldn't encourage it. I like when I was like 16, I would smoke a cigarette like once every fucking 8 hours. I think if I'm drinking with my dad, he's feeding me fucking parliaments.
I think one thing with me and my dad though, he doesn't mind feeding me cigarettes because he knows I'm like a lot healthier than he was at 34. You know, like at 34 now, I'm like. He says, he's like, you look eons younger than I would have looked at your age, because like he's right, you know, like
because we eat like charcoal broiled fucking beef and smoke
like,
cigarettes indoors on planes and
I had other ways to like deal with my problems than like drinking alcohol at restaurants at under. I had video games. I had movies. I had Pirate Bay. Okay, like I was able to watch Die Hard 300 times in a single night.
That's right.
I was able to do that. Like I had the ability to do that.
That's another thing too. I feel like it's really important how we were in a great era for balancing, like going out and getting in trouble or just
staying inside. And balancing out.
Yeah. It's like I couldn't like. Mom was like, "Why don't you go out and hang out with your friends?" It's like, "Mom, I can't tell you. It's because I don't want to get arrested tonight, and it's because."
Also, I just downloaded the Blu-ray copy on Pirate Bay of Lord of the Rings. Like, come on,
the director's cut, Mom. The director's cut.
It's 5 gigabytes big. Like it's taking on my laptop.
The scene where Aragorn breaks his foot there's an extended scene where he curses for 10 minutes.
You trying to plug the HDMI into your into your TV in your living room TV.
My mom would like, I'd be like playing, I'd be
playing Fable. I'd be playing Fable, developing my psyche.
Yeah.
And my family wants to get in my way. I'm like, get the fuck out. Dude, you know how important this is?
You just sit there playing video games all the time. It's like, I'm building character.
Yeah. This is my lore. Yeah. Okay? Like...
And I'm like, you could also be like a bad guy and do this thing. It's like, so why don't you do that? I'm like, what? I wouldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
I gotta marry the mayor of I gotta marry the mayor.
Every time I'm like, I'm gonna kill that bitch. I'm like, I can't do it.
I gotta marry her. Yeah.
Lady Grey.
Yeah, she gives me a katana, an obsidian katana.
Oh, yeah, that's what you call it?
Yeah, it was a sword. It was an obsidian class katana blade.
Like, oh, so you called a hand job from Lady Grey?
Yeah, Lady Grace.
As the second or third one, you get to like resurrect her from death.
And she had the big curls, like the big curls.
It's like I normally wouldn't, but it's like, well, when you make her stand out from all the other female characters in the game, like, what am I gonna do? I have to just be wrong.
What, are you gonna marry Whisper? No, Whisper's my rival.
I would have married Whisper, but she never felt great about me killing her brother.
Well, her brother was a dick. They're making a new Fable.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
Oh, yeah, because it's finally out of the hands of Peter Molyneux and Lionsgate.
That guy is the best bullshit.
That guy is the greatest. That man he promised me things that still haven't come true. But like I still want to believe. You're going to have
automobiles in Fable 3.
He's like, he's like, as you play the game, you're going to grow older with your character and inexperience. He's literally going to learn different skills
your
as
children will have
I know. Yeah,
and you will play as those grandchildren.
By the time Fable 3, by the time he's doing Fable 3, I'm like, this motherfucker. Like, dude, what are you doing? I know this isn't true.
In Fable 2, it's like you will be able to play as your great grandchildren in Fable 2 during the Industrial Revolution of this fantasy era. And like, no, we're not.
Yeah, it's fucking 10 hours of gameplay. Like the story. It's just like, but like by the time Fable 3 came out, he already had that reputation. It's like, dude, stop it.
But he did kind of like
I mean, Lionsgate. Like, I know that company's name. I know his name.
By the time the last Fable game came out, it was pretty epic. It was pretty.
I like
crazy.
Fable 3. I like all three of them. I think they got actually I like 2 better than 3, but
I think 2 was my favorite Fable game.
For sure. Yeah,
2 was the best.
Yeah, for sure. But I liked all 3 of them. They never did a bad job. I don't understand how they ran. Maybe because you overpromised so hard they ran out of money. I don't know.
First of all, Fable 1 was a fluke.
Absolutely, yeah.
Fable 1 was an absolute fluke. You played that shit and you were like, "This is I did not expect this."
No, and
then you're like, as a little kid, you're playing that shit and you're like, "This is intense." You know, like it changes you.
Xbox didn't have any licensed third party stuff. They'd like,
dude, Fable 1 changed me for sure.
I played it on a whim. I bought like a hacked Xbox that had like 50 games on it. And like I saw Fable in there. I'm like, I'll try this, and I played the shit out of it. My brother fucking has played that game I don't know how many goddamn times.
I think if it wasn't for Fable, we would never have like The Witcher 3 or Witcher 3. You know, like
yeah, definitely. You wouldn't have like that. Like Fable fucking crawled so The Witcher could fuck hookers in a brothel.
Fable 1, my god, that game was just way ahead of its time.
I've played it as recently as like 3-4 years ago. Like there's some games that like older games that like just are so good that like I will replay them.
I remember Fable 1 where I did experiments where I was like sacrificing my wives to like
and that was like it's like no one ever gave me these options before. Then like how you could like if you're being evil like you would fucking go bald, you would have fucking horns coming out of your head,
flies.
Yeah, and I'm like ugh. I'm like I thought it was cool.
I mean, but don't get me wrong. Before Fable, I think I also played like Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights was the first game like that where like you had a choice in something. Still,
actually,
my favorite apparently second greatest twist in video game history. But I was like we were too old to know the song. Like we already knew about Samus being a girl, so like that's supposed to be the best one. But fucking, I remember I was it was a summer, and in the summer my grandparents we would drive down the East Coast and go to and stay in Florida for like a week. And I just got Knights, and I was like, can I bring my Xbox? And they were like, no, you can't bring your Xbox. I'm like, you don't. I'm like, you don't. I'm like, you don't fucking understand. I'm like, I need to play this.
I just got my double-bladed lightsaber.
Because also like it was like I also had to be doing my fucking summer book report thing. So it's just like you're playing games all day. I'm like, no, I'll only play it for like a couple of hours before bed, which was really me playing it.
And it's not just a game. This is character development for me.
Personally. I was in. God damn it, we need a bigger table. I was in a Holiday Inn in South Carolina. It was 3 a.m. when I found out that I was actually Revan. Fucking blew my mind. Like, no. Blew my mind. It was 3 a.m. I was supposed to be asleep. I had no one to tell this to. I didn't have a cell phone. I had to wait fucking week and a half to tell Mike about it. Like
yeah, it's such a good musical score.
Oh, it's fucking John Williams, man. And that's like it's one of those examples where like a soundtrack really like as bad as any other Star Wars movie's been, like the score always wins awards. It's always perfect.
Well, episode 1 really, I'm sorry to say, the original trilogy kicked the soundtrack up like way harder.
No, you mean the 1, 2, and 3 did.
Yeah, episode 1, episode 2.
Yeah, you said the original trilogy. That'd be 4, 5, 6. But yes,
when I meant the original trilogy, I meant like
the music's
1, 2, and 3.
Like the music's iconic. Like Darth Vader's music, the Empire music,
like episode 4, 5, and 6, the music was good, but 1, 2, and 3 kicked it up.
Yeah, like it made like you forgot they were standing in front of green screens and made everything just super epic. Yeah,
like the operatic singing, like that killed like. Dude, what the fuck? Like, I remember.
I can't believe it took them fucking an hour and a half to get me there.
Even as a little kid, I remember watching like The Phantom Menace in theaters, and I was listening to the music. I was like, what the fuck?
That's like probably the first movie too, where like you pay attention like to the music.
And I looked to my uncle who I saw the movie with, and I saw him getting emotional. And I realized, oh, this is a big deal. Like Star Wars.
My dad took me. Yeah.
Because I remember as a little kid, I saw episode 4, 5, and 6, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, Star Wars." But then episode 1 came out, and I was alive for that.
1999.
Yeah, and it was a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
Everyone treated it like a big. It was a big deal. It really canonically, it was a big fucking deal.
People don't like. I waited online at the movie theater to see that movie for a couple. We waited online for a few hours.
It was such a big deal that I was in like 7th grade and no one gave a fuck about Star Wars. That's how you know it was a big deal, because it's like
You were in 7th grade, 1999, the first one.
no. I mean like well after the trilogies were being released. It's like no one cared about it because like no one my age really saw the significance of Star Wars until my generation started playing the games. That's when my generation understood the full scope of like
the games I've always said are like way better than the lore that Lucas came up with.
No.
I'll always like thank Lucas for letting people.
So Gen like our parents' generation, Gen X would say the books are what really got me into Star Wars. For our generation,
No, they
it's
don't
the
say
video.
that.
Yeah.
because the books weren't first. They don't say that. Star Wars, the books weren't first.
Oh no! I mean, like the books were before the video games. Like everyone,
like the Marvel comics.
If you're a Star Wars fan, everyone watches the movies. But if you want
they
more,
had like there was Marvel. There was a line of Marvel comics. There was,
like because like in Gen X's generation, if you wanted the Star Wars expanded universe, you had to read the books. That's where you learned about the twins, like Jaden, and that's where you learned about fucking like Luke's kid or Luke's daughter.
Way later.
Exactly. Yeah,
you way later. No, I'm saying like those didn't come out till like the 2000s. I read those.
But around the time when 4, 5, and 6 came out, that's when the books started being written, and that's when you learned about way before, like Ulick, Quell Drama, or whatever. And like
my dad's not that much of a nerd. My mom can't read, so.
But you know what I mean. Like that's when
my uncle had all that shit. Yeah. No, you're right. They had like, but like that's the thing. Like Lucas.
But for us, they had the books. For us, it was the fucking video games.
Yeah.
Like they never got Knights of the Old Republic.
No.
Like I'm sorry, like my dad's generation could not comprehend Knights of the Old Republic.
Like, when I try to tell the people, like I play that game like every other year. I'll like
Star Wars. It's, right? It's like I know Star Wars, but you don't know Star Wars. You don't know Star Wars. You don't.
I also play those games and you go like, see, Lucas, like you could do space politics right. Like this is how you fucking do that shit.
Well, Lucas was focused on the space opera, not the space politics.
No, episode 1, like he clearly attempted to do space politics.
Well, that was
like
great.
Star Trek.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I rewatched it as I'm older. I'm like, I get what you were doing, but like, it just wasn't interesting. You had to make it. You didn't make it good enough.
Well, episode 2 was great.
It took forever to.
Well, episode 2 was great because it happened right after 9/11.
Yeah.
And that was a big thing. That was a big deal.
But see, like episode 2 would have been so much. I always say episode 2 would have been so much better if Count Dooku like really didn't know that the Supreme Chancellor was the Dark Lord of the Sith, one the same. Dude, I think it would have been so much better if he didn't really know that.
Dude, that was a weird time between episode 1 and 2. Like, for example, remember that game
99 and 02?
Remember that game Republic Commando? Wasn't that such a good fucking game?
All the Star Wars games are great. Fucking pod racers.
Not all Star Wars games are great. Some Star Wars games are bad.
I've played only the good ones. Fucking Jedi Knights, that whole series with Kyle Katarn.
The new Bounty Hunter game is pretty bad.
That was pretty bad, yeah. Fucking Artie has a tattoo of that symbol that are on those games, the Jedi Knight series. He has that fucking tattoo.
Oh, the Jedi Academy.
Yeah. Kyle Katarn, yeah. I really like the third one, yeah. The Academy one.
Those games aren't bad.
Those games are great.
Those games, yeah.
They had great fucking mechanics.
I heard the new ones are really good, like Fallen Order and
yeah.
You know that kid from from Shameless?
Yeah,
he plays I played. He's actually not a bad Jedi. You know, he's actually pretty good. Like
he's good.
Like if he was in a movie, I would not be pissed off. He's actually pretty fucking good.
Well, that game's very story driven, but it's just like
But of course, we have Trinity as a Jedi on screen before him. You know,
but like. I'm not like a big. I didn't play Dark Souls games growing up, so like I'm not trained to fail at something over and over and over again without losing my fucking shit. So like I ran into that problem with that game.
That was a weird game. That was a very weird game.
I wouldn't turn the difficulty down because I just couldn't, and I just didn't think it would make it easier anyway. And I just like rage quit. That game was a good game, but I fucking rage quit. I did the same thing with fucking Elden Ring. I was just I'm like, why the fuck? Like, I've seen people do this 10 times. I'm not doing this anymore.
I'm more interested because like I feel like every 5 years, they're always making a claim. It's like, oh, we're remaking KOTOR, remaking KOTOR. If they did remake KOTOR, it has to be
every 5 years. Someone sends me an article saying they're going to remake KOTOR. I'm like, no, they won't. They never will.
I don't even care about it. to me, it's like
I modded the shit out of it. Played at my house.
Look,
It's fucking great.
in the spirit of like that kind of game, I'm most looking forward to The Expanse.
Yeah, that sounds like playing like Mass Effect like 2. I was like, oh, like holy shit, this is like the exactly what I love in a game. Like just smooth, good combat, and just a fucking deep, interesting story. Like, well, I think the story's better. The story's better in the first Mass Effect, but the game mechanics are better in the second game.
But it's like violent. It's more violent, I think, than Mass Effect, because Mass Effect is more like
The Expanse is more violent. Yeah,
but The Expanse, it's like it's like you shoot them. It's like when you shoot a guy in the head and they die, they don't just like fall back and they get stuck, because their mag boots are on the ground and they just go limp, and they're like standing on the ground and they go limp.
That's why I love I can enjoy just over the top violence every now and then, but like it always hits harder when like it's you play it just as it is. Like it's not always like that big and epic. Like it's just like a very sad, scary thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't look badass,
Yeah, like it's not cool. Like you don't get to say like that last like line like I'll see you in hell. Like
yeah, you just like main characters just randomly die.
Yeah.
That's what I like about The Expanse. It's great. Star Trek never had that,
Sorry, Star Trek was a fucking low budget television show in the 90s, all right?
And they have to invest a lot in their actors, so they can't just kill off actors all willy-nilly.
Yeah, back then when you crazy.
Yeah, exactly. But with The Expanse, I can't wait for you to watch that. I think like
I'm gonna watch it. I will.
I don't even think you're gonna fanboy over it. I think you're just gonna watch it and you're gonna be like, "This is incredible," and I understand exactly why it's incredible. I think you're gonna watch it and you're gonna be like, "I'm glad I watched it." That's it. You're just gonna be like,
I'm sure I'm gonna watch it and be glad I watched it, but then I'm gonna like have to get somebody else to watch it so I can talk about it. Because that's what happened with me in Star Trek.
But I think once you watch The Expanse, you're also going to be excited. You're going to be like, this is the new standard of sci-fi television. Mm-hmm. Like, it really is. Like, you can't just have, like, some cheesy shit anymore. Like, it has to be grounded in, like, new shit like that,
It's, like, as long as, like, what I love about sci-fi is telling stories that need to be told that are, like, are happening now, but you can't talk about it that way, so you have to dress it up in different politics in the future. To me, that's good sci-fi.
But that's why The Expanse was so hard, because first it was on like Sci-Fi Channel, and then it got like they lost money, but then it got picked up by Amazon. But those are like the best sci-fi shows, right? Like they get canceled because they lose money, and then some other studio
every like great sci-fi show is
because that means the fans wanted it so bad. They were like, "Bro, give us this." Yeah.
Like when you send people out to like supermarkets, ask like mom shopping, like, "Hey, what do you think of The Expanse?" Like and they're like, I don't watch that. They're like, we got to get the show off the air.
But everyone was like, yeah, I want it. I want it. But you can't even stop something like The Expanse because the books are written, and the books are written in such a way where it might as well be like a Bible,
Well, I mean, there's every TV show has what's called like the show Bible. And they write it's a book based on it that is literally their Bible, their
philosophy.
Yeah, because they're just like you when you write a show, you write what's called the show Bible, and like those are rules you do not break, no matter what, no matter how long.
The main character can never rape anybody, and it's that's just the rule.
It's things like that, or like
in a zombie show, it's like the main character can never rape anybody,
or like it's like you have to draw this character this way. You cannot draw them doing winking or doing this or in this or
the main character's woman can never be without her sword because that's just her thing.
Or like in King of the Hill, it's like they are real people. You cannot fuck up and give them 4 fingers because we will pay attention. Like you have to draw them like real fucking people. They have to have real fucking physics.
You have to treat them like real people.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. We'll have a break.
All right, with that, we're ready to end the second part. I gotta get ice. Not the government agency ice. Anyway, we're back.
The last bastion of Chinese child labor.
This is my favorite part of the podcast, the third part. It's where we talk about movies and video games, even though that's what we've been doing throughout this whole fucking episode. But now we get to really focus in on it.
Now you have to pay attention.
Yeah, and sci-fi is such an obvious genre. Sci-fi, everyone loves sci-fi. We're all headed to sci-fi. We all love sci-fi.
The future is now.
What about fantasy? You like fantasy?
Oh, I don't want your feet.
Would you? What?
Like the stem of that fucking mango.
Mango stem.
What was a big thing of garlic? Fantasy?
Yeah, do you like fantasy?
Yes. Yeah, when it's done right. Like I love I love like The Witcher 3, for example. I love that setting. I love that. It's like a lot of Slavic fairy tales and stuff like that.
Slavic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's a Slavic spin-off European folklore.
Do you know why Russians hate Slavs?
Why?
Because they were Slavs and they got thrown out and went to Russia and became the Rus.
Yeah, but they accepted Christ and that saved them. Why do you think Russia is so powerful? Because it's Jesus.
Not my Jesus.
Yeah, but still Jesus. They believe in Jesus. The Orthodox Russians objectively were the most powerful Eastern European force, I think.
Huh?
The Russian Orthodox Church?
They're the next largest church in Christianity, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
The second largest.
If it wasn't for them, Russia wouldn't be Russia. It would just be like an amalgamation of satellite countries.
Well, that's what it was. When it was
Christ
Soviet
was
Union.
a unifying force for Russia, I think.
No, during the Soviet Union, there was no state religion. They expelled a lot.
Yeah, but guess what? Like during the Soviet era, there were still Christians, and after the Soviet era, there are still Christians. I'm sorry, like I just
but there was no state recognized religion. Like you believed and prayed to the state. You didn't pray to Jesus. They took the land away from the Coptic Church.
But even during those times, there were still Christians. Like
Sure,
and there were still a lot of Christians in Russia during those times.
A lot of Jews and a lot of Muslims.
But you know what? That's also basically saying like, oh, when Mao was killing like millions of Chinese people, like
they were Christians.
Yeah, they were. And they were.
Yeah.
Which
I'm sure fucking Mao would led people in prayer every fucking morning.
I'm not trying to disparage any argument. What I'm really trying to push is like the strength of Christ. You know, like that's really it. It's like this Christ was a strong force.
I agree with that, but I would say the strength in Christianity is how the most evil people in the world will use it to justify their actions, and people will just blindly go for it. Like I like it to me. Like it's I feel like the most evil, terrible people will tell you how great Christian they are and how much they read the Bible.
But now we're at during this time. I think it oscillates going from one state to another. Maybe back what you're discussing was like very recently, but now it's the other way around, because now it's like the biggest enemies are like Israel. You know, as far as the liberal mind is concerned, right? Because like Israel is the one that's committing genocide against like Palestine and like people.
No, but liberals aren't big supporters of any organized religion. So
no, but
and it's not a religious.
Liberals
thing.
are in support of victimization and victims, and right
That's
now
true.
the Palestinians are the victims.
True.
I mean that's why.
But no one's targeting the Jews
yet.
Because no, listen, no one's saying that the Jews are committing genocide because they're Jews. They're saying they're committing genocide because they're committing genocide. They're not. It has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with the moral Christian obligation. In fact, what they're telling us is it's our moral Christian obligation to invade Iran in defense of the Jewish people, who are the earlier offshoot of our religion.
But is that right?
Fuck no. But that's what religion is being used for.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like evil, evil.
All right, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Evil people.
Well, the problem here is
Christianity is powerful.
I never identified.
It's used to commit the biggest atrocities in human history. But
the thing
was,
I never identified as a Christian or a Catholic or any
because you're not
denomination.
trying to cover up the fact that you're a piece of shit. I'm telling you, the people that will tell you how much they go to church and how much they read the Bible and shit, like those are the most evil, worst people ever. Because if they have to tell you they'll do those things, like. It's to cover.
That makes sense. Yeah. Well, yeah. So
that's why, like born agains, I can't stand born agains because they're like, yeah,
at least
piece of
you
shit.
know what? You know what? At least they're trying, because there's people that
no, they're not.
There's people that are just like born agains, except they don't even try to be born agains. You know, they fully embrace.
But that's what all born agains have to do is tell you they're born agains and tell you that you're like in comparison to them, you're not doing enough. That's what born agains do.
Some of them do try though, right? Like at least.
Fuck them.
The ones who
I've never met a born again that I was like, wow, I think like you really felt weak and searched for a higher power.
What are you defining as a born again? Like a guy who
a born again is somebody who hit rock bottom and then found Christ and now is very devoted to the church and to religion and is in service of it on the surface level. And they'll tell you that why you shouldn't do anything you do that's not in line with the church, you shouldn't do because I went through this and the power of Christ helped fix me. It's like, no, it didn't. You're still a fucking stuck-up piece of shit.
So born again is basically a guy who solved his problems by joining the holy war between the Muslims.
He's someone who solved his problems by joining a bigger group.
Joining the holy war.
Yeah, he joined the other side.
Because, like, to me, if you subscribe to either Judaism, Christianity, or the domination or Islam, you're joining the holy war. You're joining that whole economy of like three of us have to kill each other constantly in some way or form. And like I don't agree with it. I don't agree with any of it. I don't agree with. I love the culture. I love the culture of Islam. I love the culture of Catholicism and Christianity. I love the culture of Judaism. I do love their cultures aesthetically. But as far as ideologically, no. Like, if you told me like all Christian, Muslim, and Jewish ideas are going to get wiped out, I'd be like, fine. I would have no problem with it.
I would like, I mean, I don't like organized religion, but like I would not take back growing up Catholic over anything. It's good character building.
Because what you value has less to do with the religion and more to do with the culture.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, the culture's great, but like the idea.
Growing up Irish Catholic in Brooklyn in the 90s is like,
I honestly don't think
the
Muslims, the Catholics, or the Jews are right about like God. I don't think.
I know, and I don't know. It's the thing. I don't know why you even argue over God, because all three are like each religion is just you're all kind of preaching the same thing.
Exactly. Is everyone not a child of God? There is a problem though, because for example, Muslims you have like pedophiles and Muslims who are Jews, Christians, and
there's
Muslims.
Pedophiles everywhere. It just so happens the Catholic Church doesn't like.
You have pedophiles and murderers who are one of the three Abraham, and they identify as such and do it in the name of their denomination. I get it, and that's why you think because this one guy did it. And he's Catholic, suddenly all Catholics are bad. Or because he's Muslim, suddenly all Muslims are bad. Or because he's a Jew, all Jews are bad.
For the record, only like 10,000 priests molested children.
That's like saying only 10,000 rabbis molested children, you know?
Well, every moil molests a child when you think about it.
When you do the circumcision and you suck the blood of the penis.
I didn't see that. I was like, and he fucking complained the entire time before he put his mouth on the kid's dick.
Oh yeah, because I don't want to do that. Yeah,
he was complaining that people were taking too long to get into the temple.
Yeah,
no one would quiet down. He's like, "Come on, hurry up! What do you have the dick sucking?"
Yeah. Well, I would hope to get paid extra for that because like
they pay you
because like it's to me a standard bris is all I do is snip it. You can't
you do a whole thing.
But if you make me suck on it, then you better pay me at least like. I don't know, 2 G's for the day. You know, come on, like you're.
I don't know. I think it's in poor taste to be like, "Hey, if you want to suck on it,
it should be expected."
That's what I mean. So I think it's in poor taste to ask for more money up front.
But it's in poor taste to offer less. I'd be like,
well, if you get the money, be like, what? No tip? You saw me out there? Come on.
I clipped.
You don't get this at the other place. You know. Why do you think you called me?
Do you expect a fucking Berkeley PhD student or whatever to like suck your babies like for?
I'll tell you what, he's not gonna be traumatized by this now. I'll tell you that much.
Because he's blessed by God. No, you're right. Exactly. No, that's exactly what it is, though. It's like
remember, like 15 years ago, like babies were Jewish, like babies were being infected with herpes because.
Is that true though? Is that
in Borough Park? Yeah, just in Borough Park.
Well, serious, that's just one.
That's because one rabbi fucked a lot of hookers.
No. Or what if it was one or two rabbis shared the wrong hooker?
No, that's really what it was. And but there's not that many moils. Like, I'm serious.
Moils.
Look, there's a lot of Jews in Borough Park. There's only so many moils. And that's your thing. You don't want to tell people that you got fucking herpes or whatever. That's your job. That's what you do.
The worst experience I had was I was living off Ocean Parkway on Neptune and Ocean Parkway. Yeah,
I remember that place. I hate Ocean Parkway.
I get home from work on a Thursday, and like I worked in like downtown Manhattan, like right on Wall Street. So I had to take the N all the way over to Coney Island. So I had to transfer and all that shit. So I go there. I get home. I forgot my keys. So I call my roommate. This girl Marina. She's like a Ukrainian chick.
That was an interesting setup you had there.
And she was like, "Yo, you can't come in right now." I'm like, "Why not?" And she was like, "Me and Mike, her boyfriend, we found this Hasidic Jewish guy, and he offered us $600 to like watch us fuck." I'm like, "Are you serious?" And she was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Can I still like come in and go to my room? Like, I won't come out." And she was like, "Yeah, okay." So I go in, and then, like as soon as I walk in, like I look in the living room.
I would like Borg Hashem.
In my living room,
Yossi, is that you?
There's it's a small living room, you know, with like an island between the living room and the kitchen. And then I look to there's a balcony door, like, you know, with the sliding doors.
Oh, he's out there like watching.
No, and there's
Like
curtains. So I look at the curtains and there's no one in the room except for him and her.
So
and then I look at the curtains and I see a lump in the curtains, and then I look at the bottom of the lump and I see shoes, like really nice, like slip-on moccasins. And then I'm like, oh. And she's like, yeah, could you just go in your room for a bit? I'm like, all right.
Well, why does he have to go in his room?
Well, I have a PlayStation 4 in my room, so I was like, I'd rather go in my room. And
I would have
like,
asked him how much you'd pay to watch you play PlayStation.
She was like, do you want to stay? I was like, no. I just went into my room. But then afterwards, like, you know, apparently he left, and she was like, yeah, like, you know, like, this guy just saw us together at a bodega, and he was like, yo, I want to watch you guys fuck. I'll pay you $600.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
I do something I also hate more than anything is like hypocritical religious people, because it's just like, dude, like just fuck people. Like, when you like
why do you have to?
Why do you have to hide behind a curtain? Like, just don't we.
If
you
you're
lying to yourself,
be a pervert.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna judge you.
It's okay. I will judge you, but it's okay. It's fine. We're all perverts, but don't pretend like you're better than me.
It's like, oh, this is what you like. Okay.
Yeah, it's
even
okay,
though even though you're one of the chosen people of the Labubis clan.
Yeah, and then you have like this large shul that you run and all this
this is what you like. And
yeah,
it's
dude,
okay.
it's fine. Just fucking do it. Just stop being weird.
But he knows, like, most people who are not me would be like, I'm gonna use this against you. That's probably what he thought he was thinking. You know, he's probably way too close to his hood too to be doing that shit.
Yeah, from Parkway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fucking go somewhere else.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, dude.
That's why he hid.
They stay in Borough Park and they go to fucking Muncie on the weekends on the same bus.
It is Muncie.
You're
Muncie, right.
Yeah.
It is Muncie.
I have a coworker. It's Moishe Fleischman.
Muncie.
On Fridays, late Fridays, he takes the bus to Muncie and he's not in front of his computer, so he'll call me.
Yeah. But the ones with real money right now, they either live in Long Island or Westchester.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where their houses are.
Yeah.
And it's like a mansion, yes, but there's like 32 Jews living in that mansion.
Dude, they're I just saw them in a neighborhood and I expect to see Hasidics on Staten Island. I forget which where it was. I don't it's whatever. I have a problem with it, but like it's just like I know you guys lived here. Like, I was like, don't you? I'm like, there's got to be more than just two of you. Then I was looking around, I'm like, oh god, there's more.
You know what I love about Hasidics? I love that Hasidics now can speak very good English. Because I remember, like, it wasn't even 10 years ago. Like, I remember Hasidics, like...
They spoke Brooklyn Jew. It's a well-known dialect.
No, nowadays, like... Because back then, like, way more Hasidics primarily spoke Yiddish.
Yeah, but not to other people. They still speak... They always spoke English and Yiddish.
Yeah, but it wasn't, like, good English. Now Hasidics speak...
It was.
Like, no, it wasn't.
My grandfather ran a flower shop in Borough Park. I grew up in Borough Park. It was the 90s, but my grandfather ran a flower shop in the 70s in Borough Park, and he's dyslexic and from Italy, so he had no problem understanding those Jews. They always spoke good English.
Maybe you got a point.
Yeah, I think you're just they speak good English, and like that's how they have to talk to the rest of us in. But there's a very strong accent with Hasidic Jews.
Well, also it's like I'm thinking about like younger Hasidic kids. Like, can they speak like based language? Like,
I don't think they can.
No,
they
can't. They're not good at it.
I don't think they can speak at all.
No, they're pretty bad.
They're
They're pretty bad. The only thing they could do is like being like Shamrim, which is like the Hasidic Jewish police in Brooklyn.
Oh, one of them tried cutting me off the other day when I was in Brooklyn. I cut him off and I slowed down because he's not the real police.
One day they will be though.
Well, no. There's two. There's the ones that aren't part of the NYPD, and then there is the Jewish police force that is an arm of the NYPD.
Mossad, you mean?
No. I mean not the Mossad. I mean.
No, that Jewish police has the support of the Mossad. The real Jewish police of New York City has the support of the Mossad.
And we're arguing semantics. For you anti-Semitic. But no, there's two. Like there's the Shimron, whatever. Like, but there's the ones that have no affiliation with the NYPD, and there's ones that have an affiliation with the NYPD. But I still wouldn't pull over if they pulled me over.
Which ethnicity do you think controls the NYPD the most right now? Is it the Muslims, the Jews, the Italians, the Asians? Like, who
depends
do you
on
think
the neighborhood.
What about overall in the city, generally speaking?
I don't think there's one ethnic group that controls it. I mean, the policemen's union's not something that's so strong like a Teamsters union or.
Well, I do know the highest ranking cop right now is a fucking white woman for some reason.
Yeah,
like,
so
like a literal Karen. Like she's like.
But it's been like there's been chief police been black before. It's been it was Italian. There's an Italian guy a few years ago.
It should be a black woman. I think the head of all.
Yeah, I think so too. I think black women should be in charge of more things, like a lot of things.
I think they should only be in charge of things if they work the job. Like if a black woman worked a Bronx precinct for like 15 years,
fucking give it to her. Yeah.
Why don't you make her in charge?
She knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
She
probably knows a lot about
But it's just always political. It's never like.
Well, also the Bronx is a different beast than Brooklyn, and the Brooklyn is a different beast than Queens, and Queens is a different beast than Manhattan.
Every neighborhood's different.
Yeah.
My dad worked in excuse me, Bay Parkway. And
that's a fun place.
Yeah, I like that neighborhood. But like he's told me, he's like how like he's seen like the criminals change. He's like it used to be like it used to be Italians.
And it used to be serious.
Yeah. It's still well. I mean, like when he worked
clown world now, bro.
But he also worked in that neighborhood for like 25 years. So like he
it's
saw
like,
everything.
Dude, why
everything
do I
was a joke to him at one
Why
point.
do I have to kill you when I could just put you in debt to a fake robot? Like Dominican debtor collector, and it's like makes you think you have to pay like $30 extra for rent, in an app.
What?
That's how these people make money now. Like,
the fake landlord.
Yeah,
thing?
the criminals make money not through violence or like
Yeah, through scamming and stuff like that. Yeah, the confidence schemes. My friend Carlos.
I think cops like that too.
Well, I would like that in the sense that they like figuring that shit out. I think.
Well, they also prefer less people dying and getting like stabbed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no one likes violent crimes.
Like as a cop, like if I had a city full of like white collar criminals ruining lives.
Yeah,
it's terrible. Like I'm sorry you cyberbullied this other kid into killing themselves. However, I'll prefer that than like gang wars based on race and shit. I'm sorry, I just would. Like don't get me wrong, it's still terrible. Like if I lived in a small town in Japan where like high school kids were bullying each other until they knew they were going to kill themselves. Yeah, that's worthy of investigation.
Yeah,
that's worthy of policing. I get it, but I'd still rather deal with that than like
it's just like it's just because it's almost
like,
two different.
I'd rather deal with that
worlds.
than Black Dahlia shit.
It's just two different worlds. Like
yeah.
We could think that we got people get bullied, like people like there's that shit always happens or whatever.
The kid who convinced the other kid to kill themselves, her dad is the mayor. Yeah, I get it. That's police drama. That's what. But if it's like gang shit, like that's way too far. It's like where it's like, oh, our sergeant is a member of the Batea gang. Really, like that's like fucked up. So you can't.
Well, you can do that.
But it's happened, it's happened many times
since the late 80s, early 90s, when they cleaned up that precinct with the mob cops.
You're talking about New York, but I'm talking about like America in general.
Oh, but New York's all that matters.
As far as like the cop culture goes, American cop culture, yeah. New York City sets the standard, but LA sets the extreme. LA has to deal with the extreme. Like in New York City, we don't deal with like fucking bank robberies every day, but California does.
It's not true. There's not every day, and there's not bank robberies out there every day. There's
California as a state, yeah.
Okay, yeah, but like there's no there's the state police don't handle everything.
No, that's why they have sheriffs that are outfitted like paramilitary because they need that. New York State police does not need that shit.
No, but that's not what their budget is for, and that's not.
Well, it's also because our money isn't in straight like shit.
So like
the West Coast.
So you're watching The Wire. So Farouk, I remember Farouk asked me because there's in Baltimore there's like 2 or 3 districts. There's only 2 or 3 precincts in Baltimore. Like you'll hear them say like, oh, that's the old Western District way, like beating up black kids and arresting them. But then there's like homicide cops, there's narcotic cops, and Farouk was like, which one's your dad doing? Like, what are you talking about? Like he's a detective, he did everything. He's like, no, he's supposed to see like a homicide or narcotics. I'm like, no, dude. I'm like, there's like 100 precincts in New York City. Like, there's like 5-8 detectives in each one, and every crime that happens in their neighborhood, they take it. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm like, Baltimore's just a tiny city, so like it doesn't like the reach and like of the NYPD doesn't compare it to any other police department. Like the state police don't. State police are a joke. They don't do shit like that. They make the state money by writing people tickets.
What would you rather deal with? Like, if you had a choice between like dealing with one pile of shit over the other, would you rather deal with like, say, like your neighbor being involved with your next homicide case as a cop, without them realizing? Or would you rather deal with, say, like, you're gonna bust like someone on the next murder in LA, but makes you hated because he was like a boy band, singer, and he accidentally got a girl OD'd or something? I feel like LA. I understand the appeal of like the kind of case lines in LA.
You're sensationalizing it. That's not.
They are sensationalizing it.
Yeah, but you're just like shit like that happens here. Like it's
not really not the same
yeah,
way.
It does. Like that's the thing. Like with the 24-hour news cycle. Like there's always crazy.
You don't think more starlets get killed in LA than New York City? I think more starlets get killed.
Well, there's
in
more
LA.
starlets out there, but how many starlets are getting killed on a daily basis?
Back then, a lot.
All right,
it was a lot.
How many fucking kids do you think get fucking killed in New York
City?
Well,
that's both in LA.
So like, what is it? Yeah, what does that matter? What's
because starlets actually influence culture, which also affects all of America.
Only if you let it.
Whereas honestly, I think
my uncle actually was on. He was on CNN giving because they caught that guy who murdered like a few kids, I think, or prostitutes in like the 80s or the 90s from like Long Island, and he worked on the case back in the day, but didn't get anything. But he was on CNN, and he's like, I knew it was that guy. I had a lot of evidence, but you need a certain amount of evidence.
I just think in like the East Coast as a criminal, for example, power matters more. But when you're on the West Coast, I think influence matters more. I think power and influence are very similar, but like still distinctive in their own ways,
I don't know. I don't really understand what you're getting at. Like,
as in, like,
there's more high-profile cases out there, or
as in, no. I'm saying like raison d'etre or modus operandi, or actually motive, just straight up plain motivation for murder, as an example. Like out here, it's like I'm gonna shoot this dude because he's selling on my block. But out there, it's like I might poison this dude's drink, knowing he's highly allergic to peanuts because he's gonna get the next role in the play, and I'm not. And that's also I have to get this role because a mobster gave me money to be an actor in the first place. So it's also still pretty,
It's a very silly set of circumstances.
But it's all money. It's all about money.
Well, I mean, crime's all about money.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what? Like, how do you think the mafia worked under the nose of the NYPD for so long?
Who would you say is the superior police force, LAPD or NYPD?
NYPD. It's bigger. It has more of a diverse group of people.
Also, we had 9/11.
We did have 9/11. That toughens you up, let me tell you.
Well, it not just toughens you up. Because of 9/11, we have like 9/11 embassies literally in like the Middle East.
Yeah.
Like we have like...
Embassy is a nice word. You mean like we're blocking the Strait of Hormuz?
No, we literally have like NYPD cops out in Saudi Arabia right now just because of 9/11 happened like more than 15 years ago. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, well, it's a certain branch of NYPD, but the NYPD is the leading example of like police work in the U.S. Not that I'm saying that makes they're infallible or great, but like that is they have more money than any other police department in the country, and they use it a little bit more effectively. But they also have so much crime that like it's.
Well, to be honest, the only two real police forces in American history that actually did anything of significance was the one NYPD and I guess the Hawaiian Police Defense Force with Pearl Harbor.
What?
Yeah.
What, they found out who bombed Pearl Harbor? How long did that take?
No, but you know what I mean. The only times you were ever attacked by foreign powers, technically on paper, and the only cops who had to deal with it was the NYPD and the Hawaii Police Force or whatever at the time.
No.
Yeah.
The Pearl Harbor was a Navy base.
Yeah, and where was it?
It's a Navy base.
In Hawaii, right?
Yeah, in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Hawaiian cops drove out to the Navy Yard and started shooting a helicopter.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying they were the ones who they still had to deal with shit at the time, It's
not like they're dealing with a foreign power. Like the NYPD didn't deal with a foreign power during 9/11. They kind of just crashed themselves into a plane and blew up. They had to deal with the aftermath of cleaning the city up and rescuing people, and that trauma that comes with that.
In terms of pure technicality, NYPD and the Hawaii Police Department were the only ones who actually were on site for from a foreign attack.
I suppose
that's pretty significant. I think so.
I think it's a misunderstanding of police work. That's what the National Guard's for.
But a part of police, what I'm saying is, in terms of first on the scene, it has to be the police, doesn't it?
No. So when there's an emergency, the police, fire department, and EMS all race to that emergency scene, and depending on what's developing in that scene, whoever like the one that should take care of it, like once they get there, they can take over. So they literally all rush to there first, and whoever gets there first takes control of the situation, and then tries to see like, all right, like, well, we're an ambulance, like we need to get the cops should be in control when they get here. The fire department gets there, it's like, hey, can you just help us, like, could just hold down the situation, whatever, wait till the cops get here. That's how that works. But like the 9/11, like the cops didn't have to defend the city from anybody. They rescued people.
Well, we never had to really. I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying. No one did, and like the Hawaiian police didn't like. The Air Force flew by the Japanese pilots that were going to Hawaii, and they were like, hey, that's weird. And they even called the Pearl Harbor base and said, hey, there's 8 planes heading your way.
So technically what you're saying is the police never really had to deal with foreign invaders in this country.
No, and they don't do that. That's not what their job is.
I get it.
Yeah.
But the closest they've had to get was
they're paramilitary, sure, but like
the closest they've had to get was either 9/11 or Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, because no one else in the modern era has set foot on American soil like that.
How do you think that would change? Do you think that would ever change?
No, I don't think it'll change because it just wouldn't be. I don't know. I just think it's possible. Like you can't. I don't think a foreign power could invade us unless it was Canada or Mexico, because we're a continent on our own. Unless they're from South America or something like that, I don't think it's gonna happen. Like we were afraid of Cuba for so long because Cuba's right 10 miles, 20 miles away from Florida.
You know,
we're
it's
afraid
funny.
of the Russians giving them nukes.
It's actually really funny because you would assume at least Canadians and Mexicans have infiltrated our federal government investigative agencies thoroughly. We have to assume there's Mexican ops or Canadian ops in the FBI. We have to assume that much at least, right? You have to.
Well, we had been open allies and working with each other for so long until just recently. So I don't think there was a need to. I don't think the Canucks have an inside man in the FBI that's feeding them information.
I think the Canucks have an inside man.
I don't think they could play an inside man. Like, hey, how you doing there? All right, so who are we going after today?
You just sound like every other Minnesota guy.
Yeah,
it's like every other Minnesota.
They can't hide it. That's what they sound like. Oh, hey there, how you doing there?
Yeah, it's just like Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of any foreign. I'm more afraid of a domestic power invading my city.
Domestic power, really? Like what?
It's the military, ICE.
Yeah, but none of them.
Any mobile. If the federal government frightens me more than anything, than a foreign government. Why?
Why?
Because they've used the National
Who do you
Guard.
think the federal government is made up of? Do you think they're made up of these scary white guys that are just so alien from us?
Yeah,
they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Guess what?
What do I have in common with?
Guess what? Their wives still watch Marvel movies. Their kids still watch fucking Ninjago. They still eat McDonald's. They still drink Starbucks. Trust me, they're not that different from you or me. They're not like that. I don't think so. I'm not going to go and alienate white guys from Texas or South Dakota or New Mexico.
I'm not talking about just regular people. The people running the people are running shit. The politicians, the people who are in charge of these departments, are in charge of the budgets. They're the ones trivializing.
But they look like they're such idiots, man.
Yeah, they look like idiots, but they have a lot of fucking money, influence, and power, and they don't mind looking like fucking assholes. And as much as we like to point it out, no one does anything about it.
How has that ever been different? America's always been filled with rich idiots.
Yeah, it's a fucking problem. I didn't say this was a new thing.
But every country's like that.
Oh, okay. Doesn't make it okay.
So how do we fix it?
I
have an opinion on that.
I have an opinion too, but I don't know if I
My
should say.
opinion is God. That's just my opinion, though. I'm not saying it's fact. I think my opinion is if everyone said, I'm not talking about Judaism, Christianity, or Islam. I'm just saying God. Because all three of those at least agree on God, right?
They are all talking the same God, but they don't necessarily all agree on.
I know. They don't all necessarily agree on the road.
Allah, I don't know who Allah is. Allah is your God.
They agree on the destination, just not on the path.
No.
So, but God, like all the major people who at least are the least drunk drivers on the road in terms of like ontological existence, like at least they have an idea that's pretty similar, which is something bigger than us as a species, which I think that's the only route, and I think that's the way we have to go.
You want a religious state?
Not religious, just at least humble, a humble state.
Humble to what?
A greater power.
Well, there have to be a greater power.
Okay, there is a greater power. Let's say you're an atheist, right? If you're an atheist and you're not like a retard, you would believe in cause and effect, right?
Sure, absolutely.
And there's your God. Even if you're an atheist, you still believe in God, which is cause and effect, the laws of physics, the laws of science, which is there's your God, the law of reason. Something pervasive, cold, calculating, doesn't care about your personal issues. That sounds a lot like God, doesn't it?
And sure, but can you find 5 people who all agree that is God?
But that's what I'm saying. You don't have to. Because if an idiot like me can figure that out, I'm pretty sure those 5 people and beyond, or the 5 people on the opposite end or adjacent ends, like they all see it and they all play the same game that we're playing now. We're just playing it hypothetically because we don't have like billions of people under our rule, but they do. So for them, they have to display it differently.
Well, they're just using God to make it seem like they know what's going on. They're in control, and that's what that is.
Or maybe God is using them to actually like play out this grand narrative.
Well, that's another thought.
Yeah,
because
that's more likely.
Yeah, more people have been killed in the name of God than anything. So like it's so maybe what if God does like to wage war? I mean,
and we don't know if the people that get killed in the name of God. What if every single one of them actually do end up in heaven and they actually are living it up right now in eternity? And they're like, yo, life is great up here, but we can't tell you that because I'd
be so confused if I got up there and be like, what? Like, there's no bad guys? Come on.
It's like you go up there and you're like, Hitler, David Bowie, John Lennon? What are you guys doing here together? It's like, oh, yeah, mate, we're just drinking tea. And Hitler is like, yeah, tea is really here.
Yeah, tea, yeah.
Heaven.
Yeah, tea, yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck? And I think
was that Hitler?
But that makes sense. That's what heaven looks like to me, where it's like every evil.
That's
like,
the fucking Protestants thing.
Like
fuck
Genghis
them.
Khan and Gandhi in the same room, and you're like, "What are you guys doing?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, we have."
They talk about racial superiority because
like
Gandhi believed in racial superiority.
Or you see like Dante, or you see like Brutus.
I'd see Dante. He'd have to be pissed.
You see Brutus and Judas in heaven too, and they're like,
Brute?
Yeah, Brutus and Judas, and they're both like good friends. It's like, yo, what did you do to get up here? It's like, I betrayed my best friend. What about
What'd you do? I kissed my friend. What? Yeah, I kissed him for some silver. What? Couldn't you just point him out? Well, it was dark. I had to like
Christopher Walken and Mel Gibson are there together in heaven. They're like, oh, I thought you were gonna go to hell. Really? I thought you were gonna go to hell.
I just flew in. that interview where he's like he talked like he actually flew in.
That's like us.
It's like no, Christopher Walken's fucking with you.
If we both had to like get sucked into heaven from the apocalypse, I'd be like, oh, Chris, you made it, and you'd be like, oh, Chris, you made it. It's like probably because our names are Chris. It's like it was destined from birth.
I enjoy it like whenever like Jewish holidays are coming up and I'm telling my customers, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna be closed next week. They're like, oh, you're Jewish? I'm like, my name is Chris. My name is Christopher.
Yo, you want to hear something crazy?
What?
I do not identify as Christian. I do not identify as Catholic. But if I ever hear anyone, I don't care if you're a hot bitch or if you're like a strong guy or whatever. I don't care. If you like,
even if they're strong guys, a big strong guy.
Yeah, exactly. If you speak out against outright speak out against just religion or Christianity or Catholicism, like, no, I'm gonna challenge it because I'm like, yo, listen.
I only challenge you to make you a better argument.
Exactly. Like even if you're not as strictly faithful, like you can't deny.
No. Fuck all organized religions. Like you don't have to attack the belief system, but organized religion is disgusting.
I get it. But Jesus was not really about the
No, and that's what I'm saying. I have no problem with I have no problem with religious people. I have no problem with the message. I just hate the Catholic Church. I hate fucking Baptists. I hate how they don't pay taxes. I hate how they fucking.
But Jesus wasn't about that.
No, he wasn't.
Exactly.
No, he wasn't. And if somebody actually fucking read the thing, they'd be like, "Oh shit."
But people do. You know what? How about this? Jews, Muslims, and non-Christians even read the thing, and even they recognize like you guys are not. They're not Christian. They're against Christian. Not because they're against Jesus, but because they look at the Christian institution and they're like, you guys aren't really about Jesus. You know, a lot of people are like that.
Yeah, I like obviously the organized religion is what ruins religion 100%.
And Jews are like that too. You know how many Jews are like, wait, so you're saying the mother has to be Jewish for the child to be Jews? And a lot of the Orthodox Jews are like, yes. But meanwhile, a lot of like
no, like that's for regular Jews. Orthodox Jews, like no, you have to be.
Yeah, but meanwhile,
you have to be Hasidic.
But meanwhile, a lot of Jews are like, no, it's bullshit, and you see that too. Same thing in Christianity.
Sure,
Same thing in Islam.
Yeah,
you know, like a lot of Islam. Islamists are like, yo, dude, doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and that's okay. But like and if we're all, if we all read the same thing and read about this, what the same guy said.
God is bigger than everyone, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, not when man is using the name of God to fucking put himself up there and gain power and influence.
But you can't do that. That's why we need Jesus. That's why we need Allah. That's why we need,
Jesus,
Hitler. You know,
was that Hitler?
But no, I'm saying that's why we need like middlemen between us and God, whether they're like the devil or whether they're, like a bridge.
But see, like what.
I think everyone's the same soul, just living out different lives in different bodies. I think when I die, I could just as easily live your lifetime, and I would never know. That's why I have to treat you good, because there's nothing guaranteeing.
That's why I have to treat me good, because you might be me one day. That's bullshit.
And that's why you should treat me good, because you might be me.
No, I treat you good because it'd feel wrong not to. It's not because I'm afraid of some outside divine like thing happening.
To me, it's not. It's not afraid. To me, it's like I'm not going to make 1 + 2 = 5 because I know 1 + 2 = 3.
To me, it's just why would I hurt somebody when I don't want to be hurt? Like why would I? I just wouldn't do that.
That is simpler.
Yeah. It's very easy. It's very easy to hurt people.
But that doesn't really contradict what I'm saying though. It's the same thing. It's like I'm not going to hurt you because I wouldn't want to be hurt, but that's the same thing as I'm going to be you. So I also don't want to hurt you. You know, it's the same thing. It aligns. It's like
I don't know. Why would your soul would your soul wouldn't have any memory of being you? So you wouldn't be you anymore. You're dead.
How about this? You're still a child of God, right?
Yeah, sure. I guess.
And what about Hitler? Was Hitler not a child of God?
Did you? Yeah,
exactly.
A lot of evil people have been the child of God.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's really what I'm trying to get. It's not really so much.
But that's what I've been saying. Like,
I'm not trying to subvert anything. It's really so much as like, yo, we're all children of God as a human being, whether you're Hitler or whether you're Mother Teresa. Like they're
actually not that different.
How about this? Whether you're an angel or a demon, like you're still a child of God. You were still created by.
We're all creations of God. We're all made in His image to an extent.
So if I see a demon, I'm not gonna look at it like, oh, I have to kill you.
No,
I have to fear you, or you shouldn't exist. It's like no. If I see a demon,
I want to understand what brought you there. Yeah.
Exactly. You're still a child. You were still a creation of God. You're still created by God. Like I can't deny your existence.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I feel like there's so many evangelicals, for example, or there's so many, people who would see what they classify as a demon and they'd be like, you can't exist. I have to wipe it. And I'm like, that's not my.
It doesn't say that anywhere in the Bible. Like that's
not my first.
It's like, do you remember the part of the Bible where Jesus started protests against a bunch of homosexuals and threw rocks at them? No, because he didn't fucking do that.
Yeah,
he didn't fucking do that.
That's not my first impulse. Because if I were Jesus, I would look at a homosexual and it's like, well, even if I disagree with it, I still love you. That's everything Jesus would tell you. Like, yeah, I think this is a sin, but you still deserve my love and attention. And also, you're not a bad person. What made you homosexual?
It's like, me, I did it.
Why?
Well, Jesus, not me. I didn't.
It's like, first of all, none of us make ourselves homosexual or heterosexual. We just do whatever the fuck we want. And I think that's what Jesus taught us.
I just like when people are like, I can't understand why people would do that. Like, no, you don't understand. Exactly. And you can't understand because you weren't wired that way. Somebody else
could also say, like, if you tried, you could understand it. But you choose not to, and that's okay.
But that Jesus doesn't even. I mean, like anytime he talks about sinners, all he does is acknowledge that they're a sinner, but still respects them and treats them with just as much like kindness and generosity as he does with people that are great Jews or whatever, like in the Bible, people who are like very like religious, like the whole like.
Also, I don't think Jesus goes around telling people he's the Son of God. As people ask him, "Are you the Son of God?" and Jesus says yes. I don't think he.
That's what happens at one point when the apostles. I forget which book it is. One of the apostles were following him.
Did you claim you were the Son of God? He's like, no. People ask me, am I the Son of God? And I say, yeah.
Well, the whole thing was like when they went to Pontius Pilate, they're like, oh, he's being blasphemous. He claims to be the Son of God. And then during the trial, he never says that. He never says that. Yeah.
People just ask me, and I say, yeah, aren't you?
Yeah.
And that makes perfect sense. It's like if you ask me, are you the Son of God? I'm going to be like, yeah, are you not also the Son of God? You know, I think we're all the Son of God too.
Like reading the trial with Jesus and like Pontius Pilate is like reading
like a bad libtard article, like a hit piece.
It's like reading To Kill a Mockingbird. Like it's just like
it's a hit piece.
It's just like this is a kangaroo court.
Pretty much. And yeah, that's how
I don't trust that. I don't know how much I trust that particular telling of it.
What I don't
because it makes the Jews look really bad, and it makes Pontius Pilate and the Romans like, oh, we're washing our hands of this because who put the Bible together? The Romans did after all.
Well, there's a simple lesson in all of it is that we should let go of the death penalty. Like we should just do away with it. I mean, does that mean like if someone tries to kill you, you shouldn't kill them to defend yourself? Yeah, kill them if it means you get to live. Okay, but I'm just saying like we shouldn't do this whole like ritualized killing. Like if you're gonna kill a guy, no one
has the authority to take a life.
Exactly.
No one.
So then we shouldn't. We should do away with that idea of like executing someone as punishment. You know, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but what if they're a foreigner and they move into your county in Texas? Nice. And they're not the same religion.
They're probably going to get themselves killed.
Yes. Through no fault of their own.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, this is really how it boils.
How do you know where he comes from? I don't know where he comes from.
You really don't.
I don't know what he believes in, but I know what I believe in. My God gave him right to execute him.
You really don't have to make capital punishment a thing if you allow people to just have natural law in defending themselves. You know, natural law in defending themselves.
So I understand other states where like my cousin in Missouri, like it could really bugged me that he would never. His door was always open. We'd fucking go to the store. He'd have a door open. I'm like, dude, can you fucking lock your door? He's like, no. I'm like, why not? He's like,
because I live around white people, bro.
Well, he said that.
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
He's like, no. He's like, if somebody walks in,
I don't live around these fucking.
No, he's like, because if somebody walks in, I'll fucking shoot them. I was like, oh, well, I understand, but why not just lock your fucking door?
Because I have a gun, bro.
It's like, yes, I get that, but why don't you just lock the fucking door? No one that gets in your house, then you have to deal with the stress of shooting somebody. But I understand it's different there, but like...
Is it really that much of a distress to shoot someone when you have a right to, though?
I mean, like, who's to say you had that right?
Well, apparently our cops in our own city have the right.
Well, they have the right because we as a society have agreed that these guys who have GEDs and barely finish high school can take a 5-month course and get a gun. And
that's only our city, not even our state. That's just our city in specific that says that.
Fucking state police won't shoot anybody.
I'm just saying we could easily move to another state and get guns, just like state police in like upstate New York have guns. If we lived in upstate, like we're allowed to have guns. Yeah. It's just New York City's a special. It's a special.
And it should be very, very difficult to get a gun in New York City. It should be very, very difficult.
Yeah, obviously.
Also, you can get a gun. You could still get a gun, not be a cop, and live in New York City. But every time there's a report of a gunshot in 10 miles of where you live, the cops are going to come to you and say, "Hey, we checked your guns, make sure it wasn't you."
Well, if you're a legal gun owner in New York City, like it makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah, but that's a pain in the ass. I don't want the fucking distress.
I would not mind.
I in New York City, like I would totally be able. It's very likely I would make a mistake.
Dude, that's no different than living in a small town where everyone has guns. If someone gets shot, it's not that hard to be like, oh look, there's a 45 shell. Who carries 45 rounds in a fucking, I don't know, like
in this county of 800 people.
Yeah. And then you look at the brand of bullets. It's like, oh, I know who sells these brands. You know, it's very easy to track that.
Well, yeah, but that's just police work.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
I'm sorry, like, you know, I'm not afraid of guns because I have that much faith in
I'm not saying I'm afraid of guns. I'm just saying, like, I'm
No,
afraid of me with a gun in this city. There's too many people living in this.
I am afraid of guns. I am afraid of guns, but I also have a lot of faith in, like, police work. I do have a lot of faith in police work because it's not that hard to track a bullet in a dude.
It really, like, when, like, you, like, see, like the way my dad talks about it, he's like it's really common sense after a while. Like,
dude, it's really hard to get away with killing someone by
it's extremely hard.
It's really hard.
It's only easy if you have no connection to that person. That's the only way. Like, if I can't get away with killing somebody that I love or hate. Because somebody's going to know and tell the cops, hey, he hated that guy or he loved that lady. Like, it's
been a long time. I'm not saying I can't remember, but it's been a long time since I remember the last shooting where they did not know who did it. Like, it wasn't obvious.
Yeah, it's always obvious. It's
been a long time.
People don't usually shoot other people for no reason.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and it's really easy to trace a bullet. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the last time where it was like a big deal. Remember the Maryland snipers, like the guys who would like shoot from.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the guy that was on the.
The father and son. Yeah. That was an intense thing because they were like, "Yo, who's doing this? Like, they're making 6 shots."
Well, those are sociopaths. Those aren't like.
Yeah,
they're not wired properly.
They carved a hole in the trunk lid and everything, and.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just sick shit. Like, that's why they couldn't, like serial killers, like Son of Sam got away with at least 4 or 5 murders before they caught him, and they only caught him because on the night of one of his murders, a cop wrote him a ticket for being parked illegally.
That one night, and that's why they caught him.
That's how they caught him. Yeah.
Like, yeah, they look pretty suspicious.
Yeah, they were, and like, yeah, they see the shooting. It's like, it was in this neighborhood. It's like someone's like,
this guy looks black. No.
Yeah, the guy's like, no, he's white as hell.
No, I'm pretty sure they were both black.
What?
Yeah,
who?
Father and son.
Oh, you're talking about. I'm sorry. I was
talking
Son of. No, yeah. No, I meant Son of Sam.
Oh, Son of Sam. Yeah. No, I was talking about the Maryland shooters, but the father was military trained. They weren't just some like hood dudes. Like they were serious people.
Just like Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah, just like Lee Harvey Oswald. Yeah. Imagine if someone tried to shoot Trump. Oh, wait a minute.
I was at Ariana and Jeff's because she was having like a Christmas in July party.
Really? When that happened?
And when it happened, Mike's like, yo, someone tried to shoot Trump. I'm like, shut the fuck up. He's like, they did. I'm like, stop. I'm like, please stop. I'm like, please stop saying that. But it didn't happen. I know. I'm like, God damn, of course it did. Like that.
And he survived.
Of course he survived.
That was the more.
Thank God he survived. Because I couldn't take Trump being a dead martyr.
Imagine if he became a martyr, dude.
No, that's what I mean. I was like, please tell me he's okay. Like, I don't, because that's like that you could be so much more influential in death than in life. Because like,
Could you imagine if he became a martyr?
That's what I was so afraid. I'm like, I would never like, if I had the opportunity to shoot him, I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it because it's gonna get out of control.
That would have been intense.
Yeah. Like the fucking Charlie Kirk thing, like when they're like, "Oh, he should die for his beliefs." It's like, yeah, he went out there fucking arguing with people who weren't people who got them like riled up emotionally and who weren't prepared, and he went there and argued with people all the time, expecting to get shot. He did exactly what he planned on doing. He planned on abandoning his wife and child and dying as a martyr, as a symbol for white Christian conservatism.
I think it's sad that he got shot by a white guy. That's also very sad. Like, he didn't even get shot by like the people he was racist against. He just got shot by like his own kind.
Yeah.
But his own kind was siding with the people, like black people. So I guess it cancels itself out.
I don't know if it works that way.
It's fucked up, man. The whole situation is fucked up with Charlie Kirk. Like, Charlie Kirk was literally a white dude who's white
complaining about like.
But then he got shot by another white dude who's complaining about the opposite.
Which he had to be pissed about.
It's like, I'm like, dude, this is
I bet you like he shot him. He's like, but I'm white.
It's like high school drama. You know, it's like one white kid from like Tottenville killing a white kid from New York. You know, that's what it is to me. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like this.
I like what's also funny is like it's like
and they're younger than me. They're both younger than me.
It's also just like it's like, well, you know, like just about every like assassin, like a high profile assassinator or mass killer has been white, right? It's just statistically saying a white person is going to break down psychologically, more likely to break down psychologically than the people you were targeting.
Oh, there was one thing I didn't ask about. How does your dad feel about Luigi Mangione?
I have no idea.
How do you feel about Luigi Mangione? That was a good shot he did. Well, he did a couple of shots. Like he did a real mob style hit. Like straight up, like, yeah, I'm just gonna take my plastic 3D printed gun. It's
very modern.
Yeah, I'm just gonna come in with my fucking American Apparel jacket, like with the hoodie jacket.
And that right there, that's exactly this is what I think of Luigi.
I'm a good looking man, and I'm just gonna
say Chuck Mangione. Yeah, but that's exactly my problem with that. Like. He had to fire the shot on the 1%. It's like, dude, you don't know what it's like to be the rest of us. Like, what? Like, I know your parents stopped giving you money for a week, and you were like, oh, this is bullshit.
I don't think the dude he shot was evil.
No, I don't agree with it. I'm not happy. I don't.
But a lot of women think he's hot. They want to fuck him. That's the weirdest part about it.
Stupid. It's like, women don't know what the fuck they want. So
they want.
I'm not surprised.
Clearly, they want Luigi Mangione.
Yeah.
They want a guy who.
They want a guy who's gonna be in prison the rest of his life. That's exactly because they know exactly where he's going to be at all times, so he can't cheat on them. But that's what they want. He's badass, but they know where he is all the time. That's what fucking women want.
Also, he did the thing.
He did the thing.
Yeah, he shot an innocent man.
Was
he really innocent? I don't know. Was he a father of children? Yes. Yeah. Was he a husband? Yes.
Yeah.
And Luigi Mangione, was he married?
Did he make a difference?
Did Luigi Mangione have kids? No.
Did he make a difference?
Yo, I'm sorry, I don't like Luigi, man. Like,
I don't either.
I think he's an upstanding guy. Whatever, he's charismatic, but I don't think he did the right thing. Like, I don't think.
He should have used his talents and privilege to bring those type of people down in a different way rather than shooting them in the back. And going, see what you made me do. Yeah.
No, that was fucked up. I also don't agree. I don't agree. I think if he was a real man, he would have fought him. Like,
but he wasn't. He was a child who doesn't really understand doesn't even understand the situation. Doesn't understand like how the banking industry, whatever, and those people have fucked over people of less fortunate people, whatever. Like the rest of us. That doesn't
make him wrong. He still did shoot the right guy. It's just.
It's never the right guy.
You never shoot the right guy.
No, when you shoot somebody, it's never the right guy.
It's never the right guy.
It's not.
Because he just shot a guy. That's all he did. Yeah. He didn't really shoot the right guy. He just shot a guy.
And also, how long did we fucking talk about it for? 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
You're right.
Yeah.
The only reason why I'm talking about it now is because I'm like, he didn't do the right. All he did was shoot a guy.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't like. I was like, I get it, but. I don't think it's you. I didn't agree with it. I don't think you could do that, and I don't like fucking hero worship.
I mean, even Charlie Kirk, like I didn't like. I don't
like Charlie Kirk, but I want to get shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that made him like.
I hated Charlie Kirk. I thought he was
because now I can't make him look like an asshole anymore.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this without reservations. I thought Charlie Kirk was an annoying fag. And
yes,
but that doesn't mean
who got exactly what he was asking for. Yeah. He wanted that to happen.
He literally got shot talking about like gang racism and violence.
That he'd been goading people forever for that. That is what he wanted. Yeah. He's a selfish fuck. He was totally willing to become a martyr and leave his fucking wife and child without a husband or a father because he's a selfish cunt who is screaming, crying, "Why don't I have more?"
Yeah.
Why don't I have more?
Because
this isn't
I'm
enough.
white, I should have more.
Yeah. That's what he was I used to have more. Why can't I have more? Why do I have to share things with people? Why do other people get to? Why do other people get some type of public help? I'm in a different fucking tax bracket.
But he did have some good qualities. Like unlike most people of his ilk, he was at least willing to hear you out, and that's a very important quality in any side of any ideological debate.
Right, but he went down there fully prepared and goaded people emotionally who did not fucking study up on the subject. And he also had the power to edit all these interviews to make himself look like however he wanted, to make them look like however they wanted.
But other people did the same against him too, though.
Sure. And that doesn't make you a political hero who died for your beliefs. It makes you a fucking asshole.
Well, it makes you an influencer. It just makes you a fucking...
Which makes you an asshole.
Yeah.
Which means you probably should be dead.
Probably.
Yeah. I prefer he had died of natural causes.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think Charlie Kirk was pretty much asking for it.
That's what he wanted. It wasn't he was asking for. That's exactly what he wanted to happen.
Well, exactly what he wanted. Expected to happen, if anything.
That's what he wanted. And the way like you saw some people like get behind that.
It wasn't right, yeah.
No, it was disgusting. Because he did what he wanted to be a martyr. He made himself a martyr. And people were like, look, it's our martyr. It's why, like, when Trump got shot, I'm like, please tell me it's okay. Because you can't, once you're dead, you can't do anything wrong anymore.
Yeah.
You can't be held accountable for, like, your bullshit. And that's fucking scary. I am much happier. I would be very happy with Trump living to be 150.
Yeah.
So I could watch him keep fucking up more and more and more.
And then he dies of natural cause like Dick Cheney.
Well, Dick Cheney died of a black heart.
Well, yeah, so that's natural as a cause. You know, that's natural as a
It was very natural. He turned his heart black and slowly died from it.
He died with like a fucking 8-inch dick too.
What a scumbag.
Yeah.
Smart guy though.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll use my my mercenary connections to get fucking military contracts, and I'll start a war. Asshole.
Yeah, he was the devil on the shoulder for sure.
Oh, absolutely. That like yeah, it's one of those people where like it's like yeah, I get like you're smarter than the guy. It's like your boss, but like do you have to be that much of a dick? Like how much more money did you make? Like how much more comfortable were you by tricking the president into like getting into a war? And then getting government contracts for your buddies and getting a kickback. Like, how much more money?
It was probably more complicated than that, to be honest.
No, it's not. That's what it is.
You think so?
Yeah. He was, what do you call it? He was the CEO of, what was that military, the mercenary group?
Blackwater.
Blackwater, yeah.
Like Obama.
He's on the board. Yeah.
Just like Obama.
Yeah. I like when people are like, I can't say when people are like, you know, Obama like dropped the most drone strikes at any president. I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't mean like it makes it okay when someone else does it. Like it was bullshit then, it's bullshit now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, like no one's just because people don't despise Obama with every bone in their body doesn't mean that like everything he was a saint and everything he did was right and everything he did was excusable.
What if it was necessary though at the time?
I'm sure. I mean, yeah, somebody could convince you it was necessary at the time, but we'll never know because no one will tell us the entire truth. Well, I mean, what necessary for what? For what purpose?
To keeping
international
keeping geopolitical balance within our game.
To further our national interest. Yeah. And when I say our national interest, it's not what's best for us, like you and me. It's not what's best for the growth of the country. It's the game. Absolutely, a game that they at least at one point were like pretending they weren't playing.
Let me ask you something. What would you prefer? Would you prefer the game continue and we go in the next 100 years to 9 billion people on Earth? Or would you rather the game fall apart and we go to 1 million people next year? What would you prefer? And I'm not saying either answer is wrong. I will never judge you. If you say, I prefer next year we have 9 billion people or I prefer next year we have 1 million people, if you gave me either answer, I would never judge you because I think either answer is perfectly valid. Personally, I feel a million people. I think like if the next year we had only 1 million humans on Earth, I think that would give us a better shot. Honestly.
See, I think it's a global population like reaching such a peak that
it's not just about population; it's also about like culture and politics. Because the numbers play a role, right? Like a world of 9 billion people makes it way different politics than a world of 1 million people.
Sure. So which
I think a world of 1 million people would be a way more peaceful world than
which million people?
I don't care. It's just people.
No, it's going to be a certain group of 1 million people.
I know.
It's not just going to be.
How about this?
5 from each group.
How about this? If they were all a bunch of black people, like 1 million black people left in the world, I'll be okay with it. If it was a bunch of Irish people, I'd be okay. If it was a bunch of Chinese people or Korean, I'd be okay with it. As long as it's 1 million people, I'd be okay with it. That's my personal.
Yeah, but wouldn't you be like, hey, there's 1 million Irish guys and me here? I wonder.
And they say,
who killed the other 8 million.
And they say
people.
We all agree with child sex slavery and blah blah blah. But that's not, but I'll be dead then, you know. So it's not up to me.
Well, you'll be dead when you realize the other 1 million people are not you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there's no. if there's a million people left, it means one group.
The only thing I can do is like my best bet is that the last million people on Earth, I hope they get their shit together to not like engage in like child sexual abuse. You know, like because that's what rich people did in antiquity. That's why I bring it up because I'm like, you know, if you look back in like before civilized,
there will always be people
taking advantage of vulnerability.
There will always be people who wield such power.
Yeah, they can do whatever the fuck they want.
That they need more. They need to keep crossing that line.
Yeah. So I count that.
So no matter what, there will always be. Yeah. That's the one true evil in the world. It will always exist. People
harm children. That is the one evil thing is harm children because children are the one things that are like conscious.
I'm just saying like the one true constant evil is that like there will always be people in position of power that are always looking to abuse it. No one should hold power for an extended period of time at all.
Oh, like
absolute
presidents
power,
who are like president for 20 years and shit.
Yeah, those presidents, or guys who run certain like the FBI, or the CIA, or whatever. Like anyone who it should be like the original like Roman Republic where
Julius Caesar should probably die for a good reason, honestly.
Oh well, Caesar like never he never gave up. Like he never gave up his position.
Or put it this way, Jesus never got crucified. Maybe he would have been like the worst thing that ever happened to humanity.
I mean, like I like stopping at 34, like 33, like yeah, because I'm afraid of I can make a lot more mistakes.
Oh yeah, me too.
If you cut me right down here, I'd feel like you'd be like, you'd have very little complaints about me.
Dude, look at Hitler. He didn't start doing great shit until he was only like 20 something, right? Like, you know?
No, he was older.
All I'm gonna say is Hitler could have been a great painter.
Yeah, it's either you get crucified at 33 like Jesus, or you live long enough to be Hitler.
Hitler could have been a great painter, but he chose the easy path.
Safira was a fantastic painter. He could have painted this whole room. Two coats.
He could have been a great painter, but he chose the easy way out.
Killing 6 million Jews.
Yep.
That's the easy way out.
Yep.
I feel like he should have done that then painted. You'd be like, wow, I could feel the death of 6 million Jews in each stroke.
The best way you could be a painter is if you're still a child. That is why Kanye.
You need a lot of trauma. Trauma is the way to go, man. I keep considering. I'm like, I think I should write music and start like taking vocal lessons because
I think the best way to go.
The blues.
No, the best way to go when it comes to art is honestly open-mindedness.
Yeah, fuck that.
Chris.
What?
When were you the most open-minded in your life? Like, was it when you were an adult, a teenager, or a child?
Since I was a teenager, I just realized that.
Because when you're a child, all you know is what your parents tell you. When you're an adult, all you know is what you've experienced. But when you're a teenager, the world is fucking open to you.
Well, yeah, and that's when I was like, wait, like I don't like. There's people that like live a certain way or whatever that don't necessarily like. I've like been told it's not a right way to live, but like they're not hurting anybody, and I don't see any. I don't get any joy or see any purpose in judging people or. Pretending I'm better than them.
Yo, can I tell you something? I think we're still teenagers until we have kids. I think people. Yeah, I know. I think people think like teenagers until they have kids.
That's exactly how I feel. I'm really upset that you just mentioned that.
But it's true.
No, yeah, it's because that's how I feel.
And it's fine. I don't mind it because well, there's pros and cons.
I don't know another way.
See, the pro to be.
I just know I can't keep doing this forever.
Well, the pro to still thinking like a teenager is that you're fair. Because the con to thinking like a parent is that you will literally burn thousands of children that are not yours just to save your own, and that's perfectly justifiable.
Sure, yeah.
So it's like you can't call parents morally good.
No, but it's just your priorities change.
Yeah,
and when your priorities change, you really change because you have to every decision you make.
It's not always good.
Spin on it. Yeah,
it's not always good.
Yeah.
And that's the point. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. It is what it is.
It's just a thing.
And the more you're able to put it off without disrupting your life balance, I think that means you're probably meant for greater things than just being a breeder.
I like breeding.
Me too. I like breeding too.
Yeah, I'd feel like if I did it when I felt like I was in the right situation in life, that'd just be very selfish.
My favorite example of breeding was when
My favorite example of breeding is when ladies let me come in them. That's my favorite.
On my 27th birthday, I had sex with a 20-year-old girl. I was like,
wow,
this woman is 26. This woman is 7 years younger than me. That was the first time I felt like an age gap between myself. That was a woman. Between myself and an adult.
Yeah.
You know, because like that was like, I'm still fucking an adult, but she's like a whole, like almost a decade year. And that was the first time I felt like, damn, age is a thing. It was nice, you know, because like her as a 20-year-old felt different from me as a 27-year-old.
It was a different dynamic.
Yeah, she was like 5'2", small.
Oh, well, you should start with that.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nothing like Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpenter is like a real little thing. Like she's like 4'9" or something.
You know, why you gotta bring up shit that I'll never get? Like
Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, yeah, I think I could maybe. She was really bored.
Well, the thing about I like Sabrina Carpenter because she's like, you could probably get better. You know, Sabrina Carpenter represents just like the most midpoint of that ideal.
Yeah, but like there's just something so attractive about how
balanced she is about it.
It's just like I'm not asking for much. I don't want like I
just want to embarrass my father by fucking his wife or whatever. You know, like, I don't know. I
think we should call it. On that note,
what? On Sabrina Carpenter?
No, we're not calling it Sabrina Carpenter. I'm not letting that die.
No, it's fine. I'm just gonna roll another joint. We could call it. Anyway, it was a nice episode. It was a nice night. And how do you feel about Sabrina Carpenter? Do you think she's hot?
Yes, I do. I think she's a very beautiful, smart, talented young woman. And I think if we went out for dinner, she'd have a great time.
How do you feel about her recent Coachella interaction?
I don't know. I don't care.
So on Coachella, some audience member was like, and then she made a funny face on camera on stage.
Okay.
And she was like, "It's so weird," blah blah blah. And then like I think it was like a day after the concert or during the concert or whatever, like the person who made the noise was like, "This is my cultural heritage. Sabrina Carpenter disrespected me and my culture and blah 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 blah." So Sabrina Carpenter had to come out with an apology.
Well, I said I was attracted to her. I said I respected her. Actually makes it easier if I don't respect her. We'll have a better time. She doesn't have to apologize for that. That's silly.
Well,
like I've seen like Farouk like yell "Allahu Akbar" in like a crowded room, but he's doing it because he knows it makes people uncomfortable, not because it's his culture and he's going to be shocked if someone's offended.
I think that's Sabrina Carpenter. It just is like she's the next Lana Del Rey, isn't she?
This is the most I've ever talked about Sabrina Carpenter for. Like I'm very attracted to her superficially. I don't know anything else about her other than I think she's a very attractive lady, and I think we'd have a good time if we went out for dinner.
Well, she's significant because there aren't that many white pop stars out there now, are there?
That's true. She's very white for a pop star. You're absolutely right about that.
I mean, what are you going to talk to me about Taylor Swift? She's ancient. I mean, if people are confused, it's like, why is everyone talking about Sabrina Carpenter? I'm like, who else is there?
Get with it, man.
I mean, think about it. There's Katy Perry. She's already like Satan's worshiper. Like, dude, there's nobody else. That's why people keep talking about Sabrina Carpenter, because everyone else is gone. Like, who else is there? There's nobody.
My God, you're right. There's
Gwen Stefani has retired into the sunset. Britney Spears has gone crazy.
But we all love her.
Taylor Swift is old as fuck.
Like, she ruined the Chiefs.
Yeah. This is why everyone talks about Sabrina Carpenter, is because we've gone dry of pop stars.
Well, I think that's a shame. And I wouldn't treat Sabrina Carpenter like she's the last white pop star. I think she is. I'm very interested in getting to know her as an individual over a lovely quiet meal in a French
You
restaurant.
don't think Elijah Wood said the same exact thing to her at one point? And
Yeah, but I think I'm funnier than Elijah Woods and better looking. I'm pretty funny.
You're funny on the you're funny off the bat, but Elijah Wood is funny on surprise. Meaning you don't expect Elijah Wood to be funny, but he's probably funny. I expect you to be funny.
Well, that's just unfair then. This is fucking, you have these unrealistic expectations.
That's what I'm saying. It's like expecting Louis.
Well, she doesn't have those expectations from me.
It's like expecting Louis C.K. not to be funny. That's how unfair it is.
But she doesn't know me. She doesn't expect me to be funny. And she'll be pleasantly surprised with how pleasant and funny I am.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. And Elijah Wood is the one who would have more of a stink on him because she would expect something special out of the great Elijah Wood. First of all, she'd be surprised about how normal height he is.
Well, he's shorter than normal height.
I know, but I meant like he's not a hobbit.
Also, Elijah Wood is a nepo baby, kind of, right?
I suppose. I don't know. She's like a nice guy. I'm not. You're losing sight of what's important here, and it's me treating Sabrina Carpenter to a lovely evening at a nice, quiet French restaurant.
Why French?
I don't know. It's very classy. I
feel
like.
Like she's like the. Yeah. Maybe she would like French. I think
Also, I know a lot about food, so I feel like I'd feel like eating food with me is fun.
You know what? I have a theory.
Yeah.
I think tacky bitches love fancy food, and I think fancy bitches love tacky food. That's why Ariana Grande loves like sushi.
And I could tell both.
That's why Ariana Grande it loves like putting like Asian things, whereas Sabrina Carpenter would be like, "Yo, take me to French food," you know?
Yeah. And then tell me about it because I could just talk about it.
Yeah.
She love that shit. I could.
Whereas Ariana Grande is like, I want Pocky.
Yeah, no.
I want to watch anime.
No. Yeah, see, no, I don't. Sabrina, I'm telling you, Sabrina Carpenter, we would have a great time. No expectations. Doesn't have to be anything more than dinner. But I just think we have a very pleasant time. She'd enjoy herself.
The only problem is like she's very short, so you might like lose her. Like literally, like you might like look around and say, "Where'd you go?" You know, you might be like, "Yo."
I don't see that being a problem at all. In fact, I'm very I'm very accepting of that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's stressful to me. Like if I was with a girl who was so small and like I lost her, I'd be like, "Damn, where'd you go?"
I think it's kind of cute though. I like that. Where I'm like, oh, she can't find her. She's so tiny. She's not people.
Could you imagine being like a 7-foot guy with like a 4-foot tall like girlfriend?
No, because it's not fair. I'm 5'8". Like leave the 4'9" ones for me. Come on.
But what if like you put her on your shoulders and you were like,
I've done that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like at a rave or a festival.
Oh no thing, yeah.
But I'm saying, like, what if it was just a regular occurrence? Like, you were 7 foot tall.
Well, if I was 7 foot tall, I would get to bang every fucking 5-foot girl in the world because they'd be like, "Oh my god, you're 7 feet tall. Don't say another word."
But what if you found a 4-foot girl and you only felt safe with her because you both felt like freaks and you only felt safe with each other because she's like, "I'm too short for everything," and you're like, "I'm too tall for everything," and then you really understood each other.
I think you just told me what love is. I think you just described love to me.
But then you guys have sex, and it's like you're having sex with like a fucking like a meat puppet. You know, she's like having sex with a giant. She's like, like
that's great. Lie to me. Tell me I'm a giant.
She's like, "Oh my god, this is like Kronos." Like,
this sounds absolutely perfect. You've been reading my journal.
I am 7 feet tall, and she's 4 feet.
There I was, 7 feet tall.
She's 4 feet tall.
Biggest man in the world.
She's 4 feet tall, smallest woman in the world. And
tiniest lady in the world. Me, tallest man in the world. It was my duty. We'd have to make average-sized children.
Yeah, your children are like 5
great average-sized children. Just like to level everything out.
Like 5'9".
Yeah, that's why I can't stand like tall guys and short men. It's like, what are you doing? You're not doing anything. You're not propagating the human race at all.
That'll be really funny.
Ugh, it's not funny. It's a fucking joke every time I see it.
Like a 7 foot tall man having sex with like a 4 foot tall woman, and they have kids, and the first son has super speed, the second son has like invisibility, and the third daughter has like time travel powers. You know, like that'd be awesome.
The Incredibles?
I hate The Incredibles.
What? So good. You're crazy. That's a fucking. It's a really good fucking superhero movie. You're crazy.
I like the first one. I don't like the second one.
Oh, I never saw the second one. First one's great. Where is my super suit?
You got super suits?
Honey, where is my super suit?
All right, we could wrap it up. Wrap this shit up. All right, you got any closing statements? Do you have any closing statements about superheroes?
Over here. What?
About superheroes.
Superheroes. Yes, the real superheroes are everyday people like you and me. Not you, but
Do you have any closing thoughts about people who?
You know, it's great. Actually, I had a whole fucking spiel I wanted to do on Trump and the Pope, but I'm not going to do it. I'll save it for next time. No, I'll save it for next time because I'll still be mad about it next week.
Yeah, I think you should do it now because
Do it next time. Do it next week.
Not all right. So, does Trump think he's the Pope?
No.
Do you know what?
But he what I find very concerning and a tad bit suspicious is that you know, the one thing that like you could claim the Pope is complicit in, you don't, because maybe you're also complicit in a pedophile ring. I don't know.
Okay.
Because that's like if the Pope came out and like told and like probably declared like, hey, like Chris isn't a good guy, I'd be like, well, yeah, like you fucking cover up pedophilia, you fucking piece of shit. It's the first thing I would say. I feel like it's the first thing anyone would say, unless you too were possibly helping cover up a pedophile ring. But hey,
the fuck are you talking about? How are you gonna blame me for this shit when you do literally that exact?
that's what I mean. It's like, well, I feel like you would always. It's the first go to if you want to insult the Catholic Church, you bring up the pedophiles, and if you don't, why wouldn't you? Especially a guy like Trump who
but now
will always go for low hanging fruit.
But what if like I told the world, it's like, yo, Chris here, he likes to download pictures of children getting tickled naked, and then it's like,
and it'd be like, and the Pope,
and then I make AI say, yo, generate a picture of Chris tickling naked children, and then like it does it. It's like,
don't worry.
I mean, now it's like everyone's gonna watch it and be like, this is stupid. It's clearly AI. But it's not going to be like that in 20 years.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about how technology affects like people's perception of each other. Period.
Oh. Well, I just wanted to I was just trying to talk about how I just think it's very odd that a guy who will always insult somebody at the very base level doesn't bring up the one thing you can insult the Catholic Church about.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Right now, it's easy to point to like a person's past actions and be like, "That's bullshit." Like the claims you're making about it. So,
well, the claims against the Catholic Church are very valid, very valid. But I feel like he wouldn't say that because
not against this guy. I really don't think.
Well, no, but it's not. Well, no, it's not Pope like Leo. Absolutely not. Like
I really don't think he actually raped like.
No, not him. Not him at all. But there are still.
He might have. I don't know that.
I really don't think he did. I really don't think he did.
I don't think he did.
I think he became Pope because after.
Probably because a lot of popes did. And he was the one of the few who probably didn't. You know, like that's probably why.
I think the last few popes haven't. Definitely haven't.
Me too. Like,
however,
they had other things to do.
However, they still. Even like Pope Francis, who I liked a lot, and I think was one of the like really the generally like goodest, nicest people probably to ever like live.
You better be if you're a pope. Yeah.
Well, you would expect that from a pope, but you don't always get that. So it's nice to see.
There was a time when we had two popes. You know, like I don't agree with the way you pope. I'm gonna make my own pope because you're
the French did that. Yeah. But those popes were also like. Fucking like having like fucking kids on the side with fucking.
But that's also a bias, though. And
they were also related to like these.
But you also clearly have more, you know, like leniency. But history also has more leniency over one pope than the other. That's true. That's for a reason. There's a reason why we probably went with one papal lineage over the other throughout history. Probably because one of the popes was asking for pretty insane shit.
I forget. There's a certain there was 3 French popes for a very short time. They decided that the power to elect a pope didn't come from Rome. I'm tired. I don't get into this now. I'm tired.
All right, fine. Anyway, we'll talk about the papal history next time.
Papal history,
and
its deep connections with Donald Trump and pedophilia
and baseball.
And baseball.